Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we honor our senior band members who have shown tremendous leadership, dedication, and commitment to the Wadsworth High School Marching Grizzlies. First, we have Rinoa Beverly, escorted by her mother, Rebecca Beverly. She plans to attend Georgian College and major in communication and language. Next, we have Reagan Bradley, escorted by mother Raylene Cottrell and father and stepmother Jordan and Holly Bradley. Reagan plans to go to trade school to study carpentry. Next, please welcome Zachary Burton, escorted by parents Elise and Jacob Burton. Zachary plans to go to Ohio University to major in psychology. Isaac Byers, escorted by parents Karen and Gerald Byers. Isaac plans to attend college to major in business. Liam Byers, escorted by parents Mara and Ken Byers. Liam plans to attend the University of Akron to major in marketing. Aaron Casey, escorted by parents Rebecca and Michael Casey. Aaron plans to major in aerospace engineering at the University of Cincinnati. Aiden Chambliss, escorted by parents Ann and KC Chambliss. Aiden plans to go to the Medina County Career Center for HVAC. Maggie Charlton, escorted by mother Jamie and brother Riley Charlton. Maggie will attend the University of Toledo to major in pre-med with plans to become an obstetrician. Zach Ellis, escorted by mother Lissy Hoblob. Zach plans to attend the Medina County Career Center for welding and Stark State University for automotive technology. Next, we have Colin Fitzgerald, escorted by parents Lisa and Brian Fitzgerald. Colin plans to go to college and pursue a degree in music education. Next, we have Dylan Fitzgerald, escorted by parents Lisa and Brian Fitzgerald, and Dylan plans to pursue a degree in the medical field. Next, we have Edward Gale, escorted by parents Lisa and David Gale. Edward plans to join the Air Force ROTC program at Kent State University and pursue a degree in exercise science. Riley Gibson, escorted by parents Amanda Cranston and Michael Gibson. Riley plans to attend college and major in psychology. Charles Hall. Charles is escorted by parents Dinea and Brian Hall. Charles plans to attend Ohio University and major in history with plans to become a museum curator. Next, we have Sarah Himmelwright, escorted by parents Kelly and Daniel Himmelwright. Sarah plans to attend college and major in clarinet performance. Kira Hutchinson, escorted by parents Kristen and Robert McDowell. Kira plans to major in business administration at the University of Central Florida. Scott Ida Leyendecker. Scott is escorted by parents Lauren Ida and Mark Leyendecker. Scott plans to attend college and major in environmental science. Nathan Cott, escorted by parents Tiffany and Don Cott. Nathan plans to attend the University of Akron to major in cybersecurity. Next, we have Callista Kuzmic. Callista is escorted by parents Jessica and James Kuzmic. Callista plans to attend the Ohio State University to major in chemistry and pre-med to become an anesthesiologist. Next, we have Evan Lilly. Evan is escorted by his parents Megan Jewel Lilly and Dan Lilly. Evan will attend college to study jazz saxophone. Next, we have Landry Macco. Landry is escorted by parents Summer and Michael Macco. Landry plans to attend college and major in biology with hopes of pursuing a career in genetics. Next, we have Corey Matriono Lim. Corey is escorted by parents Kelly and Charles Matriono Lim. Corey plans to attend college to study astronomy and astrophysics. Next, we have Aiden McAnally. Aiden is being escorted by mother Ashley McAnally and father and stepmother Josh and Allison McAnally. Aiden plans to major in engineering at the University of Akron. Next, we have Matthew Merced. Matthew is escorted by parents Diana and Caesar Merced. Matthew plans to attend college for software development. Next, we have Maddie Molnar. Maddie is being escorted by her Aunt Jennifer Molnar. Maddie plans to attend college and major in counseling. Next, we have Thor Nagel. Thor is escorted by parents Amanda and John Nagel. Thor plans to attend the University of Akron to double major in software engineering and graphic design. Next, we have Carissa Napier. Carissa is escorted by parents Matt Napier, Michelle Martine, and Damon Drake. Carissa plans to attend Bowling Green State University to study film and media production. Next, we have Becca Nichols, escorted by parents Maria and Jason Nichols. Becca plans to go to college and major in child psychology. Please welcome Clayton Perry, escorted by parents Lori and Eric Perry. Clayton plans to attend trade school for automotive technology. Next, we have Kendall Randolph. Kendall is escorted by parents Becky and Bart Randolph. Kendall plans to attend Eastern Michigan University, major in education, and participate in speech and debate. Next, we have Philip Silva, escorted by parents Denny and Tony Silva. Philip plans to attend the University of Cincinnati and major in aerospace engineering. Next, we have Isis St. Jean. Isis is escorted by parents Angela and Craig St. Jean. Isis plans to attend college in Europe to study psychology and dual major in music and art therapy. Next, we have Lucy Straub. Lucy is escorted by parents Lori Solero and Andrew Straub. Lucy plans to attend Case Western Reserve University and major in neuroscience. Next, we have Tyler Svensson. Tyler is escorted by parents Melinda and David Svensson. Tyler plans to attend college and major in communications. Please welcome Quinn Wagner, escorted by parents Mackenzie and Michael Wagner. Quinn plans to major in mechanical engineering at Virginia Tech. Next, we have Will Wirt. William is escorted by parents Barbara and Bill Wirt. Will plans to attend trade school. And last but not least, we have Connor York, escorted by parents Andrea and Eric York. Connor plans to attend college and double major in music performance and music education. Seniors, we thank you for your years of dedication and inspiration. We know that with that continued dedication, you will be successful in your future endeavors. You may graduate and move on, but you will forever be a marching Grizzly. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have one more big round of applause for our class of 2026 Marching Grizzlies. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please direct your attention to the 50-yard line as we would like to recognize tonight's title sponsor, Kimmel Heating and Cooling. Representing Kimmel Heating and Cooling is Jimmy Hankinson, Mike Kimmel, and Owen Hankinson.
The following is a presentation of WCTV Sports.
Coming to you from beautiful Memorial Park in the city of Wadsworth and the Gridiron on Grandview Avenue here at the historic Art Wright Stadium. This is Chapter 9 of the Ohio High School football season. Tonight, the undefeated Wadsworth Grizzlies take on the 2-6, 0-5 Stow-Monroe Falls Bulldogs in this Suburban League National Conference matchup. Welcome, everyone, to another production of Grizzly Football on WCTV. I am Mike Elkins, and joining me in just a moment is the best color analyst in the conference, Mr. Kirk Gray. Folks, the Grizzlies have been on a roll all season long, and last week they lit up the scoreboard at Bolian Stadium at Nordonia High School with a season-high 62 points and a convincing conference win over the Knights. And Kirk, last week's win, along with that big week number 7 victory at Hudson, has propelled the Grizzlies to a number 1 ranking in Division II Region 5 computer points and an AP statewide rank of number 2 in Division II. Region 6, Region 6 Division II. And tonight, Kirk, they've got a chance to clinch their 3rd straight Suburban League National Conference title.
Mike, I'm so excited to be back with you tonight, and you're exactly right. This team has been on a run. They've won 17 out of 18 of their last regular season games dating back to week 1 of last year, and they've done it in all 3 phases of the game in those 17 games. The Grizzlies' offense is averaging just shy of 450 yards a game, and it's a very balanced attack. They can beat you with power and quick-hitting running. 48% of our generation is in the run game, and precision air attack, 52% coming from the air. The Grizzlies have rushed for 1,700 yards and passed for almost 1,900 yards.
Yeah, Kirk, in the running game is carried by seniors Gavin Madigan and Cooper Gray. We know them as Thunder and Lightning, and each may very well reach 1,000 yards rushing on the season with just 2 games left. And we're going to take a timeout for our national anthem.
For the playing of our national anthem, and please remain standing for the Wadsworth High School alma mater.
Yeah, let's go back to that running game, Kirk, because it is rare that you could have 2 1,000-yard rushers on the same team in the same season.
Mike, that is so true. We are blessed here in the Wadsworth program to have some athletes like in the running back position of Cooper and Gavin's caliber. Thunder, Gavin Lightning, he only needs 228 yards to reach 1,000, and Lightning, Cooper Gray, only needs 211. And that's with each of them sacrificing 7 fourth quarters. You know, we've had the running clock in 7 of our 8 games, so there's 7 fourth quarters that neither have played. And it's just phenomenal to think about that they've sacrificed almost 2 full games and still have that achievement to their name.
Yeah, we talked about a balanced offensive attack, ground and air, through the air. Bryson Hall, which we're calling Iceman.
A sophomore, he's got ice in his veins.
Yes, he does. He's been brilliant as a sophomore leading this offense. And his number 1 target, the Cheetah, Calix Lemp, who we will not see tonight, 24 touchdowns on the season, and he's close to 1,000 yards receiving on the year, 152 yards shy of that.
Yeah, Mike, you're correct. This offense is performing like the U.S. Air Force F-22 Raptor. High-tempo offense, multiple weapon systems that can strike quick, hard, and fast. What's needed, when needed, this offense can sustain long drives. We had 46 carries for almost 300 yards against Hudson 2 weeks ago, and we wear down a defense. And it starts up front with an offensive line that I'm proud to announce. In our book, they're all first team, all Suburban League. We got Jordan Jones at left tackle, Gabe Lutke, who unfortunately remains injured. But tonight we got Aiden Meistrich starting in that position, Merritt Fortner at center, Carter Raymond at right guard, Gavin Britton, who also is injured and will sit out tonight, but we got Colton Levitt, one of the most unselfish players I've ever seen, come back for his senior year, and he slid down from that H-back role to take over for the second consecutive start at right tackle. And then we got our tight ends. Levitt, normally a tight end, will be playing tackle tonight, but we got Dawson Mendel, and when needed, Jake Ernest, who we haven't seen a whole lot so far this year. That's because Mendel and Levitt have done such a phenomenal job blocking out of that H-back tight end role.
And that's a great job by those two, because that gives Jacob Ernest time to rest on that offensive side of the ball so that he could be his best at defense. And Justin Todd, the head coach of the Grizzlies, 76-33 in his career. And boy, we talk about the offense, the defense, only allowing 9.75 points per game, 3 yards per rush. Opposing quarterbacks are only completing 44% against this Grizzlies secondary.
Well, what stands out to me is how each one of them takes care of their responsibilities. They play with discipline up front, and we've often played violently until the whistle blows, and we do that. We play until the echo of the whistle, as my father used to say. They make few mistakes, and when they do, they often respond with a great play following it up. We've had big plays that got captured and didn't result in touchdowns. But give credit to this coaching staff. They're putting these young men in good positions to succeed week in and week out.
And, there are table setters on offense. There's table setters on defense. And the three on defense that I see as table setters, Gavin Madigan, Calix Lemp, Jacob Ernest. They set the tone with that intensity. Mike,
those three, you mentioned them for good reason, because they just give offensive coordinators nightmares. And we're going to see them right out of the gate. Obviously not Calix, but Gavin and Jake as we're going to kick off to start this game. They're fast. They know the defense. They read it well. They flow to the ball, and they will hit you hard and long. And all 11 guys on this defense on the field at any given time are so intense. They've been playing together for a long time, and they know that they can trust their brothers. But these three, they take the intensity to the next level, and that spills over into everybody else.
Keys for the game tonight, Kirk.
Look, Mike, we have got to stay sharp, and we got to get better. We got to avoid those early turnovers and penalties and just remain sharp. Secondly, we got to keep the defensive pressure coming. Force Stow into making mistakes and creating short fields. And lastly, we have to finish. We have to get that fast statement started and close up strong, and just don't let them think they have an opportunity here tonight to defeat these Grizzlies.
Justin Lazzaretti has teed the football up at the 40-yard line, and chapter number 9 of this high school football season is about to get underway. The Grizzlies, with a win tonight, would clinch at least a share of their third straight Suburban League National Conference title. Lazzaretti, hand in the air. Ball in the air. Going to be fielded at the 3-yard line. A little seam off to the inside, and good coverage there by the Grizzly kickoff team.
Yeah, it was good coverage. He hesitated a little bit trying to decide which way to go, and when you hesitate with these groups, like we said, we're coming down like a pack of wolves, and he hesitated, and we got him wrapped up by several Grizzlies.
So we'll get to see Jacob Harrington, number 3, the 5'11", 200-pound senior quarterback. He is a 4-year starter for the Bulldogs. Last week against North Royalton, he threw for 190 yards. He did get picked off once, but he did throw 2 touchdowns.
And we've been playing against Mr. Harrington for a long time, this group of seniors.
Caden Boyd in the backfield with him. Harrington will keep it himself, try to sneak off the right side off that guard for a short gain.
And we're going to see that a lot, Mike. He is truly a dual threat. He likes to run the ball. He might be, I have to check the stats, he might be their leading rusher as well as passer. He runs the ball quite a bit.
Yeah, he's got 91 carries on the season for 469 yards, and he's ran for 5 touchdowns. He'll run it again off the right side. Another short gain for the Bulldogs that'll bring up a 3rd down. And you're right, he's one of those dual threat quarterbacks. And talking with Coach Todd before tonight's game, feels like he might be the 2nd best quarterback in the Suburban League.
Yeah, he really does a lot for this offense, and it's going to go as he goes. And we'll see what they got here on 3rd and long.
3rd and long. He'll keep it again. He'll be stopped by, looks like Jude Howler in there. Jacob Ernest also on the stop, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, 4th and about 4. It's interesting to see that Stowe comes out, and they're going to run 3 straight running plays to their right side, off tackle, and Harrington at least taking 2 of those carries, if not all 3. And They do a little bit like we do, what we call the Coast Guard, this mock punt, where they don't really get in punt formation. They'll drop midway and punt it, and Harrington will do that. And
4th and 4, got a motion guy to the far side.
And this clock's going to run out.
Yeah, they're going to kick it away.
He's going to do that little.
Harrington with a
not a bad
kick. Nobody back for the Grizzlies, and the ball will take a friendly roll for the Bulldogs and will rest at the 15-yard line. Well, Wadsworth will take over 1st down and 10 at their own 15-yard line. You see the graphic there. The Grizzlies ranked 2nd in the state in Division II. That is an AP ranking, and they are up 3 spots previously. Last week, they were number 5.
That was a quick possession for the Bulldogs. Very interesting that even on 3rd and long, they elected to just run a little right-off tackle. Wondering what their philosophy is here tonight.
Bryson Hall with Cooper Gray in the backfield. Mendel in motion to the near side. Hall looking. He's got a man. It is Maddox.
Luke Maddox, welcome back. Luke has missed a couple games, picks up 11 there on 1st down.
Yeah, and you look at this offensive unit here for the Grizzlies. They are dominating opponents in the 1st quarter.
That gave us a little bit of breathing room. Might get off under that 15.
Cooper Gray off the right side. He's going to be wrapped up for a short gain. Stop there made by number 6. That's Caden Boyd. He's a two-way player. There are 8 two-way players on this Bulldog team. But the Grizzlies offense, Kirk, outscoring their opponents in the 1st quarter 130-7. And offense,
like you said, we come out and quickly get on the board in all the games we've had so far.
Yeah, that looked like a broken play.
Yeah, it did. Hall turned one way, and it looks like Madigan went the other way. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 7 for the Grizzlies.
So Gavin Madigan now in the backfield. He's at the right hip of Hall. 3rd and long. Swing out
to Gavin.
Gavin's got some room, and he'll get enough for a 1st down to be shoved out of bounds.
Yeah, they ran him out of bounds after a gain of about 10, 12 yards.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that this offense has done very well, Kirk, all season long, getting the ball to their athletes in open space. 1st and 10 now for Bryson Hall and the Grizzlies at the 39-yard line. Give us to Gray up the middle. Gray to the 50, to the 40.
That's Gavin.
Gray will cut. That's Gavin. I beg your pardon. Gavin's going to 10, 5, touchdown.
Oh, Gavin Madigan right up the middle for a touchdown, 61 yards. And the Grizzlies, like you said, we strike early. And 1st period scores in less than 7 minutes in the 1st quarter, and we got our 1st touchdown.
Great block.
4.
Yeah, great blocking up front. You'll notice on the right side, Colton Levitt playing correct right guard, right tackle.
Right tackle.
Right tackle does a nice job. Gavin Madigan finds the end zone for his longest run of the season.
61 yards.
61 yards. Previously was 50. So Justin Lazzaretti on for the PAT. Kick is up, and it is good. Lazzaretti nearly perfect since joining this football team. I think he got one block last week.
He did. That's his only miss so far, and that's going to turn into a real weapon. I saw him in pregame. He's hitting some 35-yard, 40-yard kicks, and the ball just explodes. So it's nice to have him relieve Jack of that duty. Jack is a receiver full-time. He has stepped in and done some kicking, but having Lazzaretti here now, ball explodes off his foot, and it's good to have him as part of the squad now.
Yeah, if we could take a look at the computer points here in Division II, Region 6, you see the Grizzlies currently at number 1. They're ahead of the defending state champion Avon Eagles and the Highland Hornets down the road 3rd. What's interesting, Kirk, to you about this alignment and computer points?
Well, the first thing that's interesting is it's not going to stay this way.
That's right.
We all know and have heard rumors and know that there's going to be some shakeup in the top 3 for sure. I can't speak to once you get past the top 4, but depending on what happens tonight between actually Hudson and Nordonia.
Yes.
It comes into play. Highland's got a tough matchup with the 6-1 Revere team. And then, of course, the Grizzlies got to take care of their business.
Yeah, so currently Wadsworth, they have secured a first-round bye and a home game in the first round. Lazzaretti kicks it away. Ball will go into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback for the Bulldogs. And you're right, talking with Coach Todd, you got to take care of business. You got to do the things that you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
You can't look towards week 10 or week 12.
You got to look for right now. We got to take care of this business. Then we got Solon. We got to go on a road. That's about an hour away or more to get up to Solon. We've never been there, so we got to figure that out. And, after this one's in the books. But we start off here. We're up 7-0 early in the first. And if we can close the book on this, move on to chapter 10 against Solon, and see where the points shake out. There's not much more we can do.
So Harrington, with a big game last week, again against North Royalton. On the season, he's 86 of 136 for 1,093 yards through the air and 13 touchdown passes. This time they'll give it to Boyd, and he's going to be stopped by that Grizzly defense, that front line. And Kirk, talk about that front line, that front three.
I tell you what, the ball was hiked on the 20, and we had 2 or 3 guys on the 19, and there was a big push. They're going to give him a generous spot, but we had several defenders. That side of the right side of our defense just really pushed that offensive line back, and it just wasn't anywhere to run.
Nathan Shipley at the nose, Jenardai on the right end, and on the left end, big Jaden Gross, who had a great game against Hudson at nose.
Yeah.
Second down and 10. Harrington this time will swing it out to the near side. Pass is caught, but stopped. Great coverage on the corner.
Yeah, that looked like Mr. DeShazi, I believe.
Yes.
And he broke down, strength to power, broke down real good, did not let those juke moves affect him at all, and wrapped up that guy, and then got a little help from a friend, and they're going to give him no gain. But again, I don't know that he didn't lose yards on that possession.
Yeah, Dalen Keeling on the reception last week had a pretty good game against North Royalton, 7 catches for 191 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ended up receiving player of the game honors. 3rd down and 10 now for this Grizzly defense. Money down. 7:15 remaining here in the opening quarter in this Suburban League National Conference matchup.
We haven't seen him
Harrington looking
he's
left.
Got to get the ball downfield. We really haven't seen him
pressure
throw the ball
coming.
downfield. A lot of
Harrington
pressure.
will throw it away.
Yeah, they just look a little out of sorts, Mike. Harrington looked. He had one receiver on this side. He kind of cut himself off by rolling to his right, and there just was nowhere else to go. That receiver had a man on his hip and one underneath, so he just threw that away, which was wise on Mr. Harrington's part.
So Stowe, looking at a 4th down and 10, will kick the ball away. Back deep for the Grizzlies. Trying to get a number here for you. Is that Tommy Hahn?
Number 5, Tommy Hahn. I'm not sure who the other returner is tonight.
So the kick is away. And the ball is picked up at the 39-yard line by Schmelzer. Schmelzer works his way to the inside, and he'll be stopped at the Bulldog 39-yard line.
That's where the Grizzlies will take over. 1st and 10, short field. Nice return by Schmelzer. Probably, flipped the field 19 yards. That was a 19-yard net punt, so that's really good for the Grizzlies.
Let's take a look at Bryson Hall's numbers on the season. This guy is leading Medina County only as a sophomore in passing, 137 attempts, completed 88 of them, almost 2,000 yards through the air, 23 touchdowns, and one of those interceptions was, I remember that one at Medina, where the defensive end throws his hands up and
made a great play.
Made a great play, and you see him as a starter, 17-2. Hall this time will throw over the middle, got a man.
Mendel.
Dawson Mendel.
The Rev. Pickup of about 11.
And you saw that yards per completion out of Bryson Hall, nearly 21 yards per
tempo
per completion is number 1 in school history at this time. Hall with 2 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. In the backfield behind him is Cooper Gray. They'll give to Gray up the middle. Gray.
Gray
keeping
to the
his
edge.
feet.
Keep going. Legs still churning. Look at that. Boom. knocked out at about the 2-yard line.
Now lightning strikes. Lightning knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line, and again a good push up front. Great hole, great block there coming from the backside.
Ran through
and
a
there's
couple tackles.
Maddox. Maddox again getting in the way. This time they're going to give it to
nice cut
Cooper
up.
Gray.
Nice slip cut to his right and just snuck in there untouched. Grizzlies are making quick work of this Stowe defense right now, Mike.
Yeah, let's take another look at this, Kirk, as we watch the replay. Cooper does a nice job. They run it to the left side in that slip cut. Just to the inside, he finds that lane and just walks into the end zone right there.
Right there, yeah. He and Gavin have mastered that. I hate to say that, but they practice that so hard. We've seen Gavin do the same thing a few times. Get up in there, make a little slip, and get in the end zone.
Here's Lazzaretti on for the PAT. Schmelzer with the hold. Kick is up, and it is good, but let's not discount the block by Dawson Mendel that allowed Cooper Gray to cut with that left foot, go to his right, and get in the end zone for a 14-0 lead.
Yeah. Mike, this is exactly what Coach Todd and the entire staff wanted to come out and do. You know, they wanted to come out, make a statement quickly, get on the board. Here's that touchdown once again. You got a couple good blocks here. Boom,
right there. Dawson Mendel with a good block.
Carter Raymond there on the edge. And number 45, you know, he's going to the outside to try to make the play. And
Jordan Jones doing a nice job sealing the backside.
Yeah, and there's Cooper over there thanking Dawson for that big block.
Yeah, he knows who's buttering the bread.
Yeah.
That's a young man. He's had a great career here at Wadsworth, a great season, and plenty more football left.
That was his 40th career touchdown, Mike.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was his 13th touchdown on the season.
Yeah.
So Lazzaretti will kick it off for the third time here in the first quarter with 6:22 remaining.
Yeah, we're only about halfway through this first quarter, Mike, and the Grizzlies are really having their way so far. Another big kick by Lazzaretti. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, that's good.
That's halfway deep in the end zone. That's a big kick for a high schooler. That's real nice to have. That's real nice to have.
So key players for the Bulldogs, we talked about him earlier, Jake Harrington. He will play both ways if needed, but he's primarily that quarterback. Again, he's a 4-year starter, dual threat, tons of experience. Nothing that we throw at him today he's going to be surprised by.
No, I think what it's going to come down to for Jake is how is his offensive line going to hold up, and and are his receivers going to be able to get any separation? I mean, that's what it's going to boil down to, because I don't think there's any question about the talent that he has running the ball and throwing the ball.
Yeah, and I think, you know, for the Bulldogs to have any success tonight, they've got to get number 10 involved in the offense, and that's Andrew Rickelman. He's a tight end, 6'4", 220-pound senior. This is a kid that's getting some looks from some D1 programs. 1st and 10 now for the Bulldogs at the 20-yard line.
And they put Mr. Number 10 in motion to the near side.
This time Harrington will throw away from motion left side. On the coverage over there is Tommy Hahn.
They're going to give him a catch on that. I didn't know if he secured the ball when he came down, but he caught it right there in front of Tommy, but Tommy delivered the lick and knocked him out of bounds. And now Stowe wants to go with a little pace of their own.
Stowe coming, trips to the right. Boyd will be split in the slot. Nope, I beg your pardon, Boyd in the backfield.
Quick
Boyd.
handoff.
And
Tommy's got to get on his. Tommy's got to stay on his horse. He might get him. Oh, he did not. Okay, well that's different. Great run by is that number 6?
Yeah, that's Boyd. Caden Boyd, the 5'6", 170-pound junior running back, goes 80 yards.
Yeah, right off the right side, or the Stowe's left side.
A little counter action there, and a great job blocking by that offensive line of the Bulldogs, and Hahn closes in on him.
And Tommy has him, and it looks like he slows up, and Tommy goes to get him out of bounds, but just is not able to, and the result is a Stowe touchdown. That'll light a fire under the Grizzlies.
Yeah, does he step out? Boy, it looks close. It's hard to tell from that camera angle. Great job, guys upstairs. Aiden and Abe Hapron, Aiden Uzinski upstairs with the images. Kick is up, and it is good. That is Amari Darrow, the kicker for the Bulldogs, and they close it to a one score. Take another look at this, Kirk. It looks as though right there, is he out of bounds?
You know, this camera angle says yes, but there could be some green there, Mike. But from this angle, it sure looks like he steps out.
Yeah, at the 24-yard line.
And Tommy's reaction is just to kind of stop, thinking he did too. But you know, the trailing ref down there, if he's not down there, there's no call to be made, and he's in the end zone, and we move on now.
Yeah, a lot of times you wonder if that trailing ref's vision is blocked by the players getting out in front of that play, but 14-7, the Grizzlies lead it here in the first quarter. And again, a win tonight by Wadsworth, and they would clinch a share of the Suburban League National Conference title. If Nordonia beats Hudson,
that just boosts our chances. The way it works, and I know you said we might get into this a little bit later, Highland beat Hudson as well.
Yes.
So they gain points, we gain points if Hudson wins. However, we beat Nordonia, and they didn't, weren't on their schedule. So we would get points to our computer ranking if Nordonia were to win. So that's kind of the difference there.
Tommy Hahn back deep for the Grizzlies, as is, I believe that's Jalen King.
Will Reese.
Will Reese, I beg your pardon, Will Reese. It's hard to see the numbers here from the press box at Arkwright Stadium.
And that ball went out of bounds, Mike, so that's going to give, I think Grizzlies will take over on their own 35.
That is correct. So, good field position now for Bryson Hall. And look for these guys to go tempo, Kirk. I would imagine they would.
Yeah, with 6 or 7 guys from Stowe, at least on the depth chart showing going both ways.
Yeah,
they're going to try to lean into that and go with some tempo. We saw it a little bit late on that last drive, and we've got 65 yards to go here, Mike.
First down and 10 for Bryson Hall and the Grizzlies at their own 35-yard line, looking to answer a Stowe score. Boyd going 80 yards for the Bulldogs to close it to 7. This time, they'll give it to Hall. Cooper Gray up the middle. Cooper.
Cut back. Can he outrun him, Mike? Can he? Oh, he skipped it. Yes, he can. 65 yards. The Gray Ghost takes it home. Cooper Gray right up the gut for 65 yards. Wow. Well, Mike, that's how you answer. That's how you answer right there. We had a little bit of a hiccup there on defense. And
what a block by Schmelzer. Oh, my goodness. Kyle Schmelzer downfield creating a breakaway block so that Cooper Gray can run 65 yards, and that is his longest run of the season. The previous was 64. Lazzaretti on for the PAT. Schmelzer with the hold.
Ooh.
Kick is up, and it is good. Yeah, that's how you answer, Kirk, like you just said.
Well, it can be deflating. You know, Stowe, they come back and they score. They had a big play, and we haven't seen big plays like that against this defense. They have a big play, and all of a sudden it's 14-7, and everybody says, whoa, Stowe came to play. But the Grizzlies, you know, they tightened up, they focused. The offense came back and picked them up. They said, we got you, D. Ooh, great block.
Great block there by number 57.
That's Carter Raymond.
That's Carter Raymond, yeah.
Oh, and he goes for the legs, and Cooper just high-stepped out of it and then just walked away from him. What a great run. That offensive line, and you throw Dawson Mendel in there. I mean, those guys really pushed some people back and just opened it up for Cooper, and he just wiggled his way up there for about 20 and then took off with the Jets. And look at that, 21-7. Now let's get this defense back out there and get their head right.
You know, we talked about keys to the game, and one of those was finish and get that fast statement start, but close strong to lock up the conference title for tonight.
Parker along with Miller, back to return, Lazzaretti's kick.
Tonight, you can see, if the camera will get him, I know he's seen it. There's a lot of folks in pink. We're honoring the breast cancer awareness tonight. Another great kick by Lazzaretti. So you can see a lot of pink. You see some of the players. I see some pink gloves, some pink mouthpieces. Recognizing, you know, breast cancer awareness. You know, there's so many people. Just about everybody has come across someone in their life that's dealt with cancer. We know we've got some folks in our program.
Yes.
You know, that are dealing with some things. But it's good to see all the students representing with the pink, and some of the players as well.
Grizzlies lead it 21-7. And offensively, they've just dominated. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. Take a look at the pink gloves there by Will Reese.
Yeah. Yeah,
You'll notice those stickers on the helmet that these guys earned, week in and week out. And we had a conversation, Kirk, a few weeks ago about even the linemen now are getting these stickers.
Yeah, and I'll explain that when we've got a free moment here coming up.
Harrington will give to Boyd, and he'll be stopped in the backfield. Making a hit there was Jacob Ernest.
Nate Shipley.
Yeah, Nate Shipley in there.
What a move he just put on to get in that backfield and get a tackle for a loss. And he has come on substantially in the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Nate, you hear his name. He's creating pressure, even if he doesn't create the play. He's been real active in there. And we're going to get Anderson Tetzel back in a couple weeks. And that's going to be a huge boost for this group up front. Yeah, we got Parker. I'm sure we got Parker Brown and Kevin Gable and some of those guys out there, with the fire going on. They got the free tickets. They can see from their backyard enjoying the fire.
Harrington will keep it left side.
Good lane.
Good gain for Harrington, but he's going to be hit hard. And he'll be dropped short of the first down. Shipley looks like he was in on that stop along with number 55, Jenner Dye.
Yeah, Jenner had him down low, but Jake Ernest put a big shoulder into him and knocked him over. But that's a good run.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, he's got the mustache, the farmer's tan. That's football. 3rd down and short now for the Bulldogs. The Grizzlies crowd in the box.
3rd and 1.
Grizzlies with 8 in the box.
Wow, and they
They'll go sweep left side, and he'll get enough for a first down.
Sure did. Well, I compliment Stowe. They're mixing some things up. They look like they were going to go up the middle, tight formation. They give a little quick pitch, and he's able to pick up, a couple yards, and all he needed was 1.
Israel Perkis, the ball carrier, good enough for a first down for the Bulldogs. Yeah, Stowe with great confidence after the Boyd run. Looking to put another drive together.
And we talked about that. We don't want to give them an opportunity to think that they can hang around. We need to take care of our business.
Give again is to number 12.
Short gain.
Yeah, that's Perkis. Short gain, as Kirk just alluded to. Jacob Ernest on the stop for the Grizzlies. That offensive line for Stowe. At left tackle, Lorenzo Fitzgerald. Left guard, Abdulakim El-Mulake. Center, Aiden Blevins.
You nailed it.
Right guard, Thomas Ackerman. And right tackle, Jaden McKay. Kirk and I had a bet on that name.
I got the $1 in my pocket. I'll give it to you after the game. You nailed it.
2nd down and 8 for Harrington and the Bulldogs at their own 36-yard line. 2 receivers to the right of Harrington.
A little motion up front.
Yeah, the Bulldogs beg your pardon. Yeah, Bulldogs will move.
Yeah, we had a defensive lineman that looks like was sliding down into the A-gap.
Yeah.
And when he did, I think one of their linemen may have flinched a little too early.
No, you are absolutely correct, Kirk, and almost looked like it might have been Brad Watson sliding down there.
Okay. I know we are going run-heavy defense this week, just because they have such so much of what they want to do comes from the running game with the quarterback and number 6, so we are going run-heavy packages.
Perkis in the backfield. Right hip of Harrington. 2 receivers, 3 receivers to the right. Harrington.
A lot of pressure
coming by Ernest.
He just
Harrington
thrown it away.
Will throw it away, yeah. Boy, did Jacob bring the pressure. He comes through that line untouched.
Yeah.
So now you got Dawson Mendel checking in on that defensive line.
Yeah, Shipley's coming out.
Yeah, also in there, it looks like Jaden Gross.
Yeah, Gross.
Dawson Mendel, Jaden Gross. And Ryan Stoops over there.
Yeah, we're going to get a little bit of a pass rush. I think we're just giving the King a little bit of time out on defense. I know he's. We want to make sure with Calix out, make sure that Jalen is fit for offense. So, yeah, We got Stoops over there on the edge. Oh, here comes Ernest up the middle.
1 by 3. Here, Harrington will throw.
He's got a man.
Near side, and it's going to be caught. Is that Rickelman? It is, but short of the first down. But Coach Podnar over there in the Stow Bulldogs may decide to go for it, being down 21-7, Kirk.
Yeah, it's still first quarter. I don't know, Mike. It's going to 4th and 4. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought he got a little closer to the sticks than that. I thought it was 4th and 2 by where he caught the ball. Been a couple questionable ball placements so far. We're at 2 minutes here in the first quarter, and you just can't tell if he's going to go for it or not. They do that quick kick. We've seen Bryson do that a few times as well for the Grizzlies. But lining up here in the pistol, they might be thinking about running a play here.
Try to give him the jump off sides. Nope, it'll be Harrington. He'll keep it.
He's not going to have much room.
And
he didn't get
good
it.
Second effort, but he's going to be short. I'm looking at the official on the far side. We'll see where they mark it. 4th down, turnover.
Yeah, turnover on downs.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Grizzlies held him. He got tripped up, and then Will Reese came in. The hammer came in and slammed the nail. I hope we get to see that replay maybe here if we get a chance to run it back. But he got tripped up, and then hammer to nail. Will Reese came in and just drove him down to the ground short of that first down. Right there, and then Will Reese just nailed him. So that was a good play by the defense. Grizzlies offense, again, real good starting field position on the 42 of the Stow Bulldogs. And, boy, if we are able to get on the board here in short order, where the end of this first quarter, early second quarter, that we're going to be building quite an advantage, Mike.
Cooper Gray in the backfield behind Hall in the pistol. 1st and 10. Hall throw wide open over the middle, got a man.
I think that Schmelzer led him a little bit because he was wide open.
Yeah, what a great route that he ran too. Crisp route. And Hall, play action, and he's wide open.
Grizzlies going quick.
Going tempo.
Ball at the 25.
Hall.
Boom.
This time we'll
Tucks
throw.
It again, try it again. Whoa.
Pass interference.
Yeah, he hooked him pretty good. Tried to go right back to the well there, Mike, and they weren't going to have it, but he got hooked pretty well.
Yeah, and that might be a good penalty for the Bulldogs because that may have prevented the touchdown. That'll be pass interference. Ball was at the 25-yard line.
Pass interference, defense.
We'll move the ball, looking for a ball. Okay.
Take another look at it. Again, play action, pretty much the exact same play. And he
got hooked pretty good there on his
right arm.
That's going to take the ball inside down to 12.
Jack Miller on the coverage for the Bulldogs. 1st down and 10 now at the 13-yard line of Stow.
Madigan in the backfield now. See if we try to pound
Hall
something.
with a 2-by-1. Madigan will be met at the line of scrimmage and stopped for no gain.
They might lose a couple there.
Yeah, that's Rickelman. Andrew Rickelman might be their best defensive lineman.
Yeah.
And as I say that, he's going to switch to the strong side. That's Madigan lined up to the right hip of Bryson Hall, and you saw Rickelman go that way. Here's Schmelzer on the jet. He'll cut it inside and get a few on the play.
We'll get back maybe to the original line of scrimmage. Yeah, they had a guy knifed through behind Madigan's lead block and caught Schmelzer unaware, and he tried to check up and cut back inside. There wasn't much there. 3rd and 9. They're saying.
So Thunder in the backfield again. 3rd down and 9. Hall looking to throw.
Gavin's
being
open.
flushed.
He skipped it. Are we going to see our first field goal attempt by Lazzarelli?
I believe we will.
There he is. Come on, Laz. I know
this would be a 31-yard attempt.
Coach Todd was watching him intently in pregame warm-ups.
29-yard attempt, I beg your pardon.
29-yarder. He was hitting those. He was hitting those in practice.
They'll set the tee at the 20, so 30-yard attempt.
First attempt of the season.
Yes, this is the first field goal attempt of the season. Schmelzer will hold. Lazaretti.
He's used to the big stage, leading the state in goals. There it is. That's good.
Kick is good from 30.
Lazaretti with a 30-yard field goal has a new weapon that we have now seen can cash in. 3 points for the Grizzlies and Justin Lazaretti.
Now the F-22 Raptor is in flight.
Yes.
Another weapon in the system.
Yes, for sure. That's great to see, and I don't know if it's still the case. Look at him grinning, ear to ear. You can see it through the face mask. He's laughing.
Enjoy it.
I know. And when we were last with each other, he was leading the state in goals for the varsity soccer team, and so he's a prolific goal scorer in soccer. So he's not he's not unfamiliar with the big stage. Boy, he's hit. We talked about him. He's getting ready to put another one in the end zone, I feel, and he just hit a 30-yard field goal, his first ever attempt. He's 3 tonight, so I think he's 20 out of 21 in extra points. And the other one got blocked, so that really wasn't a bad kick on his part. So he's really come on and added another dimension to the kicking game, which you don't think about much when you're as prolific as we are offensively. But we've got some hopes of going deep in the playoffs. You're going to need to score in a lot of ways. So,
absolutely correct on that. Lazzaretti will kick it away. This time it will be. Was it touched? No, it was not touched.
It went right off his chest.
Yeah, that's number 5. That's Jack Miller.
It sure went right off his chest. I don't know how they're going to throw a flag on that. We'll see what the call is. But Coach Todd is down there talking to him, questioning the same thing. Didn't it hit him in the chest?
See if John's able to roll that one back for us.
It sure looked like it, didn't it?
The officials will enforce the penalty. 24-7, Grizzlies over the Bulldogs here. 20 seconds left here in the opening quarter.
It sure looked like it hit that player before it went out of bounds, but they're going to say no, and they're going to take over on the 35. 20 seconds left to go here in the quarter.
Now the officials are talking about it at the 23-yard line. I think Coach Todd wanted them to have the discussion, and now they're going to conference even some more. And
I don't know if we're going to get a chance to run that back or not, Mike. But it clearly looked like it hit him in the chest and then went out of bounds. Maybe they're going to say, hey, he never got possession. I don't know, but I don't understand how they're going to award them 15 extra yards. Or in that case, it would have been way down by the 5, so it would have been more than 15 extra yards, quite a few.
So now she's saying the ball was touched as John's downstairs doing his magic, and he'll roll it back, and we'll take a look at Miller.
Sure did.
Looks like it hits his left hand. We'll take another look at it.
Yeah, it hit him right in the gut.
Yeah, it sure did. And great job by our camera crew upstairs.
Yeah, I know
his right arm. Yeah.
And deflected out of bounds. And sure enough, they're going to back him up. And, they are in a big hole now. They're going to say at the 5.
So the Grizzlies will load the box against the Bulldogs, pinned deep in their own territory.
Linebackers in, linebackers out.
They'll drop them out.
On the edge again.
Looks like
nice
it's
play.
Is it to give to Perkis? No, that's Boyd. Caden Boyd on the carry.
Jake
1
Ernest.
yard gain. That's a tough yard right there, Kirk.
Yeah. Jake Ernest was there. Somebody else came up and hit him hard up top. All right.
At the end of one, the Grizzlies 24-7. Coach Podnar considers what his offense needs to get done to get into the end zone and close the gap to 10.
Mike, I want to talk about some of the folks, as we do every week, that are supporting the program. Last night, Chick-fil-A donated about 150 chicken sandwiches for the team and the coaches and the cheerleaders for their team dinner last night. Extremely generous, and they're here tonight selling food. And so Chick-fil-A of Fairlawn did a great job in supporting the program. And then last week, Cambria's downtown in Wadsworth. If you haven't been there, I was there last night with Brian Hall. We stayed for a few minutes. He got a big old plate of pasta. They're really good downtown Wadsworth. They provided the team meal last week, the previous week. And they are a newer establishment, but it's really good. If you haven't been to Cambria's, please go, because they're supporting the program, so we need to turn around and support them.
Yeah, 100%. Downtown Wadsworth in general, great restaurants. You got the Cambria, you got the View. Of course, there's others as well, but Yeah, I love the Cambria. They got great pasta.
Yes, they do. And we just appreciate, there's been so many that have contributed throughout the season, and we've mentioned them on the other broadcast, but there's so much support for the program, all the way down to little kids, the little flag, all the way up to the Friday night guys here you see on the broadcast. So we're so appreciative, and these boys are so thankful. You know, you hear it a lot from them, how thankful they are that they get the opportunity to eat well, and so many people just spending their time and resources to support them.
You know, that Caden Boyd touchdown, Kirk, in the first quarter was only the second time that the Grizzly D has given up a touchdown in the first quarter all season long. It's second down and 9 for Jacob Harrington. He's rolling to his right, throwing, got a man. He's complete. Yeah. That is Rickelman. Wow. And I said if the Bulldogs are going to have success tonight, it's going to be through Rickelman.
Yeah, and that's a big gain. Got them out of a hole because they were really backed up on the 5, and you know the Grizzlies were pinning their ears back. But you know Harrington, we talked about how talented he is. If he could just get a little help from his buddies, and he's made a couple nice throws, nice catches, and they've picked up some first downs. Let's see what they can do at the 19.
First down and 10. We saw Harrington run well against North Royalton last week. This time they're going to give it to Boyd. Boyd's going to get stopped in the backfield, and the Grizzlies are swarming.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to dance around like that. Big Chad, Jenner Dye, number 55, coming from his nose guard position, normally playing the nose guard. They may have slid him out. Oh, here we go. Here's our man, number 64.
Yeah, Colton Levitt.
Has been limited on defense the last couple of weeks because of the unselfishness he's shown. He volunteered to go ahead and go down and step in for Script Britton and play that right tackle because we needed him. And he was the next man up, and he goes, I can do it. And so we switched his number, normally 85 for you folks at home, 64 tonight. He's in there at a little defensive end.
Second down and 15. Harrington will be flushed out of the pocket again, rolling to the right side,
down
letting it go down the field, incomplete. Brings up a long 3rd and 15. And
I mean, Mike, what does that say to you as someone who's watched football your whole life, played, that here you got a kid that came back, missed a season last year after an injury early in the season, came back, got a touchdown early in the season out of the H-back tight end role, had been a huge contributor on both sides of the ball, he and Dawson rotating in both those. And now he steps down and says, you know what, hey, I'm needed because one of my brothers has gotten injured and he needs some time. I'm going to step down. Yeah,
that goes back to the conversation earlier with Coach Todd. I asked him, hey, what is so special about this group? And he cited a couple of things. One, a commitment to excellence as we got a whistle and a timeout by Stowe. But he said, you know, one, this group, their commitment to excellence reminds him a little bit of the 2018 team. But, I mean, these guys are committed to playing at Tom Benson Stadium on the last weekend of the season. He also said these guys respect the game. They will not underestimate an opponent.
It's funny.
You respect an opponent by beating them, right? By beating them badly. But he also said the other thing that's really struck him about this team is the family, the support, the encouragement of one another, and as Colton has done, step in when you need to be step in.
After our gridiron meeting on Monday night, Coach Todd and I spoke a little bit about that. You know, the best thing you can do is to give the opponent your best. Now Stowe comes in here with a 2-6 record, and you know we don't want to overlook them. We want to give them their best, respect the game. And I told him, I said, one of my coaches, one of my son's namesake, he would say, if you cheat the game will cheat you. So you have to give the game your best, no matter what your opponent is doing on the other side. And he and I laughed about that because we were talking about some things, and he said that's exactly the message he gave the team. Respect the game, play your game, play sharp, play your best.
That's right.
Give this team your best. Show them your respect by giving them your best.
3rd down and 15 for Harrington coming out of the timeout. Boyd to his right hip. Harrington will look to throw. Again, being pressured by Jaden Gross. He'll throw it away and bring up 4th down.
Like a legal man downfield, I think is what the call is going to be on Stowe. Man, he's facing a lot of pressure as soon as the ball snapped.
You know, we didn't get to it in the pregame, but this front three that we rotate, they're athletic, they're physical, they're fast, they're quick off the ball, they love to penetrate.
And we're
get into the backfield.
We're limited, like we said, with Colton taking limited snaps on defense last week and again this week. And we're missing Tetzel. But we've had Nick Dean has stepped in and played more. You see Jenner in there a lot at the nose with his quickness and his leverage. He's getting in there. We talked about Shipley. We've talked about Jaden Gross, who is just blown up. We've seen one of the young bucks in there a few times in a few other games for a big body, Garcia.
Yes.
So, we got a great rotation of 6-7 guys that Coach Doug Miller is really, really confident in and really comfortable with putting in there in situations. And like I said, we're going to get Anderson back. We expect in a couple weeks for the playoff run, and that's going to be a big, big boost to that defensive front.
This Grizzly team has blocked a couple of punts this year. Looks like they're bringing the house. Kick us away. Tommy Hahn back deep to receive it.
Out of bounds.
And looks like it'll go out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it on the far sideline. He's going to walk it up. Kirk, I had to wonder where he was going.
Yeah.
He'll mark it at the 48-yard line, and that is where the Grizzlies will take over.
That ball, and we're hearing it up in the booth, that ball looked like it crossed clearly around Stow's 40 to 45. And, boy, he gave them about another 7 to 12 yards, it looks like, from our perspective. And there's others up here in the booth that are saying, whoa, that ball went out of bounds way further up. But let the Grizzly offense cook a little bit. Let's see what they've got.
Cooper Gray in the backfield, who's had a monster first half in his final regular season game as a senior for the Grizzlies. First down and 10 from the 48-yard line. Bryson Hall with a 2-by-1 with Gray in the backfield. They'll give
lead
to
off
Gray
the edge.
Off the right
Cuts
side.
Up. Ooh, it's going to be a big game.
Yeah, both Cooper Gray and Gavin Madigan averaging over 8 yards per carry on the season. One of the reasons that these guys are so good. Two running backs looking to earn 1,000 yards on the season with 2 weeks left. Hall, this time, will keep it. Play action,
nice
going
block.
deep.
Got a lot of time. He's got somebody down deep. Who is it? Oh, he can't. Oh, at the 2. Who is that? Is that Maddox?
That's Maddox. Luke Maddox, the 6'2", 205 senior.
41-yard pickup, and look, they're setting the ball. We're ready to run. Bringing in Thunder.
Jacob Ernest will check in at the, we're going to go Illinois, right?
Inverted bone. We got, watch them. They got double wing.
Double wing. Gavin Madigan, Thunder, the tank in the backfield. They'll give to Madigan, right side, muscles his way in.
And he tries to get, they gave it to him with this reach. A 2-yard touchdown by Gavin Madigan with the reach. Oh, and did I see a flag go up late? Maybe not.
Gavin Madigan with a 2-yard touchdown run.
Boy, the Grizzlies are really, really flexing. Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of a conversation going on by the referees.
I thought he got in. Personal foul. Okay. They'll enforce it on the kickoff.
Yeah, personal foul. One of the kids from Stowe, unfortunately, was a little frustrated by the turn of events here early in this game and lost himself. I didn't see what happened, so it wasn't that egregious, at least from our vantage point. But, I think Coach Todd said he'll take it on the kickoff. But Gavin Madigan, his second touchdown of the night, 3-play strike. Look at that. Cooper picks up 10. Then we go 43 down to Maddox. And then, boom, just power it in with Madigan.
Yeah, that's that quick strike offense, and that's 17 touchdowns on the season for Gavin Madigan. So Coach Podnar, I believe, wants an explanation from the referee. She'll walk over to him.
Yeah.
They'll enforce that unsportsmanlike on the kickoff. So Lazzaretti's been a busy guy here in the first half, Kirk. Not bad for a kicker. That's a good sign.
Yeah, this is his 4th extra point and a field goal. So he's got a touchdown in his pocket.
Yes, he does.
If he can nail this one.
Schmelzer again with the hold.
Good hold.
Down, kick is up, and it is good.
He pokes it through.
So 31-7, the Grizzlies lead it. take another look at the touchdown run by Madigan. Just muscles his way through.
Oh, it was the reach, because big number 10 for Stowe had him and was trying to get him down, but the reach right there.
Yeah, that's Rickelman.
You can see.
2 Division I athletes at the next level going at it right there. Gavin Madigan and
got the reach.
Number 10, I believe that's Andrew Rickelman.
It was.
It is.
And the ref is just out of screen. He was right there and saw it. And as soon as he saw the reach, saw the ball break the plane, he threw his hands up, and the Grizzlies are on the board again. And again, you see, look, the offense, Gavin's talking. There's JJ, there's Smeltzer. They're all together. Cooper, they're all talking, all getting together, congratulating each other. They're taking a look. You can't see it, but they're taking a look at the video board to see that three-play drive. And they're all watching it on the screen down there, getting an explanation, and then getting ready to play some defense here, Gavin is.
So Lazzaretti will tee it up. Oh, they assessed it against
the Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies.
Okay.
Well,
still don't have an explanation either way, but I didn't.
I didn't see that. So Lazzaretti will tee it up at the 25-yard line. Jack Miller back deep for the Bulldogs.
Let's see what Laz
and I
can
believe
do with
Caden Boyd also.
Let's see what Laz does with that kick.
Fielded at the 18-yard line. He'll break free on the far sideline.
Oh, he's got some room. Boy, that's going to be great field position.
That's Colton Barker on the return for the Bulldogs and gives them great starting field position to start this drive. And we're going to take a look at the penalty that was called after the touchdown.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 5, Tommy Hahn in the end zone on number 7. That's Barker, who just returned that kick.
Oh, yeah, low extra business. And
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessary.
And I got to mention, Brad Watson got up a little bit slow on that kickoff return as he got into the defensive huddle at his linebacker position. A little extracurricular by Tommy.
Harrington play action.
Got a man open.
Got a man. It is number 2 on the reception.
Big gainer.
Dalen Keeling.
22-yard pickup.
Keeling with a big week last week and a big pickup here on first down for the Bulldogs, and they will go tempo.
And you can see what Harrington's able to do, man. He just dropped that in there. That was a good pass.
Harrington this time will give to Perkis. He'll cut it up inside, be tripped up for a short gain on the play. On the left side of that Stowe Bulldog offensive line.
There's still a lot of fight left in Stowe. I mean,
yeah.
They're not gonna just stop. We've got a lot of time left in this game. We're not even midway through this second period, and they're knocking on the door. They're about to get ready to get into the Grizzly red zone.
Yeah, Kirk, you talked about Wadsworth always giving their opponent their best. The Bulldogs are going to do the same thing here. They're going to give Wadsworth their best regardless of what the score is. Perkis in the backfield. They'll give to Perkis. Cuts it up the middle. Good gain. Good enough for a first down. Knifing through that Grizzly defense.
Yeah, they found a few things here. Slashing the Grizzlies a little bit, mixing it up. Haven't seen Harrington run the ball since, I believe, their first series, so we still got to be aware of that. But they're going a little tempo themselves.
Perkis, only 5'8", a junior. This time Harrington will throw it out to the right side.
That's going to be trouble, yeah.
Yeah, great play there. That's Will Reese. Keeling on the reception.
Yeah, Will Reese.
Will Reese on the stop. Great play at corner by Will Reese.
Yeah, he great reaction, and he just came in, wrapped up both legs with a nice alligator roll, and the hammer takes him down.
So second down and 11 after the loss on the play for the Bulldogs. Clock continues to run here. We're approaching 8 minutes remaining, second quarter. Harrington with a 3-by-1.
Stowe not backing down. Here we go.
Rickelman wide right. He's got one catch.
Pressure.
Harrington looking at him. Pressure coming, and Harrington goes down. Jacob Ernest on the sack.
He timed that perfectly on that blitz, and there was just no hope of getting the pickup. And, boy, that's going to be a big loss. Harrington couldn't do much with that snap, Mike. I mean, Jake was right in it. Look at that. Right in his face.
Yeah, he's in his face, and then you had Will Reese with tremendous coverage on Rickelman. And
yeah, you're right. That looked like where they wanted to go, and that's going to be a loss of about 12 yards. I think it was.
It was second and 11. Yeah.
Big sack by Ernest.
Third down and 27 now for the Stow Bulldogs, 2-1.
The future Quaker
in the backfield. Purkis. Harrington will throw screenplay out to the right side.
Not a lot of room.
Purkis on his feet, and he'll be stopped by Will Reese. Short of the first down. There is a flag on the play.
Short of a face mask, I'm going to think that's going to have to be on Stow. Blocking it back on Stow, yeah. Boy, see, now they're shooting themselves in the foot. And good teams don't do this, Mike. And maybe that has led to some of their struggles this year that's resulted in the 2-6 record. You know, they've driven the ball down to inside the 15. You know, first down on the 14, and now couldn't pick up the blitz, so they got a big sack, and now they did get a little swing pass out. It didn't generate much, but then you get a penalty on top of that, and Coach Todd, he's going to back them up.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I would back them up, and you know, you have to go back to Will Reese's play on the stop on the little swing pass out. It kind of killed the momentum of that drive.
Sure did. Because they've been creative. You know, people up here in the box slipping us notes and telling us what they see. But, Stow has, tried to keep us off balance a little bit, which is something they're going to have to do. We haven't seen any trick plays yet, but we knew they were going to have to throw a lot of stuff at us. They've been a little bit creative, keeping us off balance, some quick hitters. They had some quarterback run, which, again, I'm still waiting for because Harrington hadn't run the ball in a while. And they've had some nice pass concepts. So
3-1 for Harrington. He'll step up, pressure coming, and he will go down on the sack is Watson.
Brad Watson, he's fired up, looking at him flexing. That's a big sack. It's going to take him back to midfield.
I mean, you went from 2nd and 11 to 4th and 47. Look at the pressure coming, relentless pressure, and big Brad Watson.
Yeah.
That might be his first sack of the season, Kirk.
It might be.
So Stow.
They're going to have to quick kick right here, aren't they, Mike?
Well, we'll see what Coach is going to do. It could be a trick play. Look for the fake. No, he will kick it away.
Ooh.
Short kick.
Yeah, straight up in the air. Short kick. You better hope for a bounce. He's going to get a little bit. Ooh. Down inside the 10.
It will roll to the 9-yard line. We're a turn of events for the Stow Bulldogs where they were driving. They looked like they might be points on the board, but a couple of big defensive plays by the Grizzly defense. And Kurt, as you alluded to, Stow just shooting themselves in the foot with some penalties.
Yeah, they had a nice drive going, Mike. I mean, the penalty on the touchdown by Gavin, Gavin's touchdown, there was a penalty, so we had to kick off deep. We gave them good field position on the return. They had a nice pass play, a nice run play to get the ball 1st and 10 at the Grizzly 14, and they end up punting, from back at their 43, 45-yard line and get nothing out of it. Now the Grizzly offense is going to come back out and try to take another swing.
So the Grizzlies 1st and 10 at the 9-yard line. 2-1 set offensively in the backfield is Cooper Gray, who's had just a tremendous first half, as we've already alluded to. This time Hall will throw. He's got a man, and his Schmelzer falls incomplete on the coverage there for the Bulldogs. Is number 5. That is Jack Miller.
That's the third time we've seen him go try to get that connection to Schmelzer on that skinny post, and that one he was open. He got inside his defender, just a little bit out of his reach. But they're looking at that matchup, and now 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Maddox on the wide left. 2nd down and 10, Cooper Gray in the backfield. Hall again, flushed out of the pocket. He's got to get rid of it.
Oh, Schmelzer couldn't get back to it.
So the Grizzly offense looking a little disconnected on this drive. 3rd down and 10 from the 9. But give credit to that Stow Bulldog defensive front. There's Rickelman there putting pressure.
Rickelman, we've called his name a lot. That's a heck of a football player right there, Mike. He has been all over on offense, making some plays, and defensively, they've moved him around. Right now, he's at the left defensive end. We've got a big 3rd and 10 here for the Grizzlies.
Gray in the backfield. Hall under pressure, and he will go down.
Ooh, inside the 5. I tell you what, number 51, that is a big, big play.
Yeah, that is Lorenzo Fitzgerald, 6'1", 230.
Wow. And you're right, the Grizzlies, that whole series just looked a little bit out of sorts. And I don't know that it had anything to do with the field position we were in, but you miss picking up anything on first down. And then on 2nd and 3rd down, you got a little bit of distress, on Bryson's part. Little punt.
Kick is away. Fair catch called for, signaled, and
Harrington.
See by Harrington, yes.
And look, they're going to have good field position. So in that exchange, they actually picked up some yards as picking up first down at the 35.
I think they ended up picking up 12 yards.
Yeah. So all in all, Stowe will take that as a victory. They're able to hold us there, get some pressure on, and I can tell you, they're going to give it. They're going to get them in front of that screen, and they're going to figure out where that pressure was coming from, because they were really moving Bryson around back there on 2nd and 3rd down.
Yeah, that pressure did come right up the middle. Stowe with great field position at the Grizzly 35-yard line with 4:40 remaining.
Mike checking in on a game we're interested in. Hudson and Nordonia are tied at 7.
Caden Boyd in the backfield with Harrington, trips to the right, single wide to the left. Blitz coming. Harrington unloads it, got a man. It's Rickelman, but it falls incomplete.
Madigan rushed him. He rushed that throw because Madigan was right in his face. And you saw the timing thrown off because the pass just missed, and I think Harrington got rid of that a little bit of duress, but he got rid of that a little quicker than he wanted to, and couldn't connect over there.
Well, we've seen on the last several drives here by Stowe, Kirk, the Grizzlies are bringing pressure against the Bulldogs and making Harrington uncomfortable.
Well, we've seen them connect on a few of their passing concepts, and so we're going to get him off his spot. We're not going to let him get in a rhythm because we've talked about such a good player that he is. We do not want him to get comfortable.
2-by-2 set. Boyd will get the ball left side.
Nice run.
Good run by Boyd off that left tackle, left end.
He's going to pick up about 7 or 8. Looks like they're going to give him 7. Looks like you're going to give him 7 on that carry.
Boyd, as a result, he's limping a little bit, but he's a gamer. Going to stay in there. Boyd, if not at 100, nearing 100 yards rushing in the first half for the Stowe Bulldogs, but much of that 80-yard run in the first quarter.
Yeah, that long run like that will really pad your stats, Mike.
3rd down and 3 from the 28-yard line.
But he's had some nice carries. He's had some real nice carries beyond that long run.
1-by-3 now for Harrington. The Grizzlies showing blitz off the corner. They'll go that side. It's Boyd. Slips one tackle.
Brad Watson cleans it up. Madigan had him, threw him off his gate, and then Watson's the one that's going to get credit for the tackle and bringing him down. But it was Gavin who got him low, pushed him back. They might go for it here, Mike. I mean, down 31-7, late in the second. The Grizzlies are going to get the ball coming out. So if they give the ball back to the Grizzlies, it's going to be a 2-for-1 for the Grizzlies. So we'll see. They may try to pick up this first down because the Grizzlies are going to get the ball anyway.
Looks like Dawson Mandel checking in on that defensive front. 4th down and 6 now for the Stowe Bulldogs. In the backfield is Boyd behind Harrington. And Coach Podnar, I believe, will call a timeout. And he does. Defensively, I mean, we talk about the defense for the Grizzlies. After 8 games, this defense has only given up 434 yards on the ground.
Yeah, that's what, 50? Around 50.
50 per ball game, a little
50,
over that,
53 a game. And he had that one big run, but I'd say, and you can't take it away, but if you look at the stats outside of that one long run, that one big explosive play by Stowe, and give them credit, it was a great run.
Yeah.
Down the sideline, he stayed in bounds. But, the Grizzlies have been tough all season to run on. They've held up their end of it. But I will say, to Stowe's credit, they've had some really nice runs. We've seen some creative blocking schemes because we've seen some good teams, Hudson, Nordonia, not really be able to run the ball on the Grizzlies, and Stow's had some success. Other than the big run, they still had some other plays where they've had some 4, 6, 7 yard runs. We just saw a nice 7-yard run right here off the Stow's left offensive side. That was a nice run. So they're getting some blocking schemes on the Grizzlies up front that's allowing them to slip through. You see what they do here on 4th down.
4th down and 6 now for Stow coming out of the timeout. Boyd to the left side of Harrington, 3-by-1 for Harrington. Rickelman is wide left of Harrington.
He's pressured, running to his left.
Harrington can run it.
He might go for it. He is.
And he's got enough for a first down.
A lot of yards.
And he runs out at about the 11-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 12.
Make no mistake, Mike, that's a big deal for Stow right there.
Oh, yeah. No, that is huge for the Stow Bulldogs. And Harrington, you know, we said coming in he's a dual threat athlete for the Bulldogs.
And he got outside contained there
and he's
and
leaving
took it up the field.
And he's leaving the game.
Wow.
So in at quarterback
number 11
is number 11. That is Tage Boston, and Boyd behind Boston. They'll give to Boyd left side, and he'll be stopped by the Grizzly D for a short gain of maybe 1. Harrington will come back in.
They're going to give him a couple.
Or if he took Harrington out just to get his breath.
I was going to say, I think he may have been winded. Stoops is out.
So a gain of 3 for the Stow Bulldogs.
So we rotate Stoops out. Let's see what they've got from a package standpoint here.
Can this Grizzly defense go back and
in the scheme of the game, Mike? Go ahead.
No, and keep these Bulldogs out of the end zone. Boyd to the right side of Harrington. Harrington's going to roll to the right. Got a man in the end zone. It is.
Did he catch it? I think he did.
Caught.
Touchdown. Wow.
Rickelman.
Wow. I thought he came out of the end zone to make the catch, but they're going to say no, and that changes the dynamic of the game. I don't want to, get too overly excited, but, the Grizzlies are going to get the ball here, and then we're going to get it coming out at half. This is a huge score for the Bulldogs.
So there's a route. You'll see Rickelman. It's Reese on the coverage. Great camera work as always. He's got the football.
Wow.
And it's a touchdown.
It is a touchdown. I stand corrected. He caught that ball with a foot down in the end zone. He was coming back to it, which is what they're taught. But, yeah, he made the catch.
Does he hold on to it? Yes.
They're going for
They'll
2.
go for 2, and
he didn't get it.
Did not get it. So 31-13 after the 2-point conversion fails. And a great throw by Harrington, a great route by Rickelman.
Wow.
The coverage by Reese was really good.
He was right there. I mean, he's not going to get a negative in the film room for that. But, I mean, the guy made the catch. But you know what? They practice every day too, Mike. And that's their best player. Number 10 might be physically, athletically, might be their best player. We've talked about him all night. And Harrington, we told you, don't count this kid out.
Yeah, I mean, Stow's going to bring you their best. And it's 31-13, and Wadsworth has scored on all but one drive
in the
first half.
Looked a little out of sorts. We spoke about that. Let's see if they can get the train back on the tracks here on this last, probably what's going to end up being the last drive of the half. But then, as I mentioned, the Grizzlies will receive the ball coming out at halftime. Mike, a quick update. I mentioned it's halftime now. Nordonia and Hudson are still tied at 7. We're pulling for Nordonia tonight, folks. We need some help from Nordonia.
Do we have an update on the Highland Revere score?
We do, and it was ugly. Give me a second. Updating the scores here. Highland is up 42-0 at halftime.
All right, Darrow will kick things off for the Bulldogs here. Little squib kick and a smart move. Smart play there just to dive on it. That is number 29, Noah Nixon. Well, this Grizzly offense, Kirk, has been, hit hard, hit fast. And back to that last drive, I think they'll put that behind them and go back to what really worked, and that was giving the ball up the middle and let Cooper Gray just run wild here at the Art Wright Stadium turf.
Yeah, get a little tempo going with 2 minutes to go. Natural tempo is going to kick in because we're going to be in that 2-minute drill.
Wadsworth with all 3 timeouts remaining.
And Bryson's going to do a great job. Like you said, I call him the Iceman for a sophomore. He's got ice in his veins. He's just calm and collected. He's going to get them lined up and get this 2-minute drill down the field to the tune of about 70-some yards.
They'll give it to Gray up the middle. Gray busts it big inside beyond the 45 to 47-yard line. That'll move the chains. Clock will stop while they move the chains.
Pickup of about.
Here comes Madigan. Thunder checks
about
in.
20, 16 yards there on the pickup. Wow, that was a quick hitter.
Clock rolling now. Hall this time will give to Madigan, left side. Madigan will get
He's going to get a few yards.
5 on the play, maybe 4. They'll give him 4.
Yeah, 4. Quickly. They want to go tempo here.
Again, Wadsworth with all 3 timeouts remaining, plenty of time.
That's true. And we got a big leg in Lazzaretti if something were to happen.
This time,
Gavin off the
Madigan left side. Madigan with room in front of him. Great block downfield by Maddox. Madigan out of bounds. That will stop the clock. How about Luke Maddox in the downfield block?
Love it. We've missed that. He's so good at that. Here comes Lightning. Thunder.
Thunder rolls and Lightning about to strike in the backfield behind Hall.
We're going to set up at the 28-yard line.
1st and 10 now.
Nice run by Gavin.
Kyle Smeltzer, wide right. Left side is Maddox. The give.
Up the middle?
Up the middle to Cooper Gray for a gain of about 3 on the play.
Yeah.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. We'll go tempo.
Yep.
Boy, this is where you miss a guy like Calix Lemp, don't you? Or Jalen King.
Yes.
2 by 1.
Ball set at the 25.
Mendel in the H-back. This time it's to Gray. Up the middle.
He
Gray
cuts
back. 10,
Well,
5.
they got him down at the 5.
This time will Coach Todd call a timeout or he'll go tempo. Will not give this Stow Bulldog a break as checking in is Thunder, the tank. Gavin Madigan.
1st down and 5. Let's see if Gavin can power it in.
Gavin, give us to him. Right side. Pounding.
Touchdown.
Pushing through. Touchdown, Wadsworth.
Wow.
The Grizzlies answer the Bulldog drive.
Mike,
The Thunder and Lightning show.
Yeah. Folks, you better head for cover because Thunder and Lightning is in the area. I can promise you that.
There is a severe storm warning in the area.
We started
Thunder.
that drive with 2:08. We're 39. That was all run plays on that. And that's a credit to the coaching staff and this offense getting back, running with pace. 2-minute drill executed perfectly.
Lazzaretti on for the PAT. Schmelzer with the hold. And the kick is up. And it is good. Yeah, we go back to the previous drive. It's like go back to what's working. Run between the guards.
Yeah. Yeah, we certainly have an advantage there. They've started to see it. They're trying to send some run blitzes. You saw a couple people get up there. They're trying to hit some run blitzes, and I think they're going to see that run blitz, and what we're going to see is like we saw with Gavin's long run, they're going to start hitting that edge. We'll hit that lead play to the edge, where they're going to try to do those run blitzes up in the A gap to try to slow us down between the guards. But I know Coach Steiner and Coach Mountjoy and those guys calling the plays and dissecting the offense, they'll see that, and they'll start calling some of those counters. Look for the big counter. May not see it tonight with the score the way it is, but if Stow were able to get back on the board at some point, we might have to we might bring that out, the big counter play. But right now, 25-point lead. We're going to get the ball to come out in the second half. Looking strong right now, Mike.
Yeah, you saw Coach Todd coaching up the sophomore cornerback, Deshazi. And, as a coach, Kirk, you know this, I know this, coaching never stops. I mean, you're always coaching. And one-on-one instruction there from Coach Todd to the young Deshazi. Mm-hmm. Here comes Lazzaretti.
He's going to be a contributor for the rest of the season. We need Deshazi.
I mean, you need a good kicking game as you get deeper into these playoffs.
Let's go. Come on, Laz.
Lazzaretti will short kick it. It'll be picked up at the 20.
That's all right. Out of bounds.
It comes out of bounds.
Get some time off that clock. Smart play.
Carson Fleischauer on the return for the Bulldogs, where they will take over 1st and 10 at the 30. 34 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Grizzlies in control, 38-27. 38-13.
Well, Mike, it was good to see. The previous drive by the Grizzlies resulted in a punt. We actually lost yards on the drive itself. They got some pressure on Bryson on second and third down, and just looked a little out of sorts, like we said, get back on the rails. We certainly did. The train got on the rails because we went straight runs all the way down the field to the tune of a short touchdown by Gavin after several runs by Cooper and Gavin on that series, mixing it up, and Grizzlies with a pretty comfortable lead at this point.
Yeah, so Stowe will just kneel, and the half will come to an end as the Grizzlies will go into the locker room. Coach Justin Todd and his Grizzlies up 38-13, and again with a victory here tonight at Art Wright, the Grizzlies would earn their third straight Suburban League National Conference title, at least a share of it with a victory tonight. With a Nordonia Knights win over Hudson, we would have an outright title.
Yes.
Enjoy the halftime show, the Stowe Bulldog Marching Band, followed by the Wadsworth Grizzly Marching Band. We'll be back.
Senior night here for the Grizzlies.
Yes, it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to have the drawing for the 2025 Chevy Trailblazer, courtesy of Serpentini of Medina. Look down into the south end zone as we will get the drawing here in just a second. Joining them down there on the field is Jerry Bennett, General Manager of Serpentini. And doing the drawing will be Trent Bennett. We have the drawing. The winner of the 2025 is Xanthopene Woods. Xanthopene Woods is the winner of the 2025 Chevy Trailblazer. Congratulations. So Xanthopene does not have to be here to win that car. Thanks once again to Serpentini of Medina, Jerry Bennett, General Manager. All those proceeds went to support all of Wadsworth Grizzly athletic programs. Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Greg Newman, Sam Salmon, Crystal Britt, Tom Lewis, and student conductors Bristol Laws and Gabby Newingham, put your hands together and stomp your feet as we present the 2025 Stow-Monroe High Squad Bulldog Marching Band. Tonight we go back in time to the fall of 2022 when our seniors were mere refreshing. Our first song was released by Fall Out Boy in 2007 and reached number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100. It was also served by Double Platinum in December 2009. One night and one more time, thanks for the memories. Up next is a joyful party song which finds Bruno Mars tearing up the town as a dangerous man with some money in his pocket. The song peaked at number 4 in the U.S. and has been certified 5 times platinum by the RIAA. Released in 2016, put your pinky rings up to the moon. Here's 24 Karat Magic. Alive and Amplified is the Louis Suzuki's third studio album released in 2004. The title song became popular after it was featured in a commercial for the Suzuki Grand Vitara and a 2004 episode of the show One Tree Hill. Come alive and give me 5. I am alive and amplified. Was released in 2010 for Pink's first greatest hits compilation. The song celebrates the first decade since Pink's debut and is dedicated to her fans who have been supporting her over the years. Pink explained that this song is a celebration for those who feel left out from the popular crowd. So if you're too cool for cool, raise your glass. Senior Night Halftime Show. Tonight's spectacular show features music associated with Halloween and all things spooky. Premiered in 1989, the HBO series Tales from the Crypt ran for 7 seasons. This distinctive main theme was written by Danny Elfman. Here is Tales from the Crypt. Sold over 1 million copies and was the #1 hit in 1973 for the Edgar River Group. Here is Frankenstein, featuring our own Frankenstein on the field. iconic multi-award-winning music video for its title track. The album propelled Jackson to global superstardom and remains the best-selling album of all time, with over 70 million copies sold worldwide. Dance with us as we close tonight's show with Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Well, welcome back to the press box here at Arkwright Stadium. Mike Elkins and Kirk Gray, thank you for joining us here tonight as the Grizzlies come out of halftime dominating the Stow Bulldogs 38-13. Take a look at the numbers there on the screen. 236 yards rushing for the Grizzlies, 92 through the air. Wadsworth has doubled up Stow in first downs, 10-5. Rushing-wise for the Stow Bulldogs, Caden Boyd with 8 carries, 76 yards. Harrington is 7 of 12, 57 yards and 1 touchdown. Leading receiver for the Stow Bulldogs is Rickelman, 3 receptions, 30 yards, and 1 touchdown. For the Grizzlies, it has been the Thunder, the Lightning, all night long. Cooper Gray, 8 carries, 142 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Thunder, Gavin Madigan, 6 carries, 93 yards, 3 touchdowns. Bryson Hall, 5 of 8 for 92 yards, and something that we've not said is there's no touchdown passes.
Right.
Luke Maddox, the leading receiver for the Grizzlies, 2 catches for 54 yards. Let's take a look at some of the scoring highlights here in the first quarter. Gavin Madigan right up the gut for his season high. I believe that was a 65-yard touchdown run. That is a season high for the senior. And Lightning would not be outdone by Thunder as he will take it 61 yards to the house. And the Grizzlies were up 14-0 over the Stow Bulldogs.
Cooper with the slip that we talked about, ran hard to his left, slipped in. Here goes Gavin right off the right side, just powers and reaches and got enough to get that over the line. And here's the Stow touchdown. Really nice run. We thought Tommy had him out of bounds. It's questionable from our camera angle, but he was able to slip, and big run, 70, 76, 78 yards.
Yeah, and then this is the touchdown to Rickelman.
Yeah. I'll tell you, number 10 is a football player.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a reason he's going to look from D1 programs, and here's the last touchdown by the Grizzlies. The tank rolling it in to the end zone, and the Grizzlies with a commanding 38-13 lead as we get ready for the third quarter. Kirk, as we talked about at the end of the first half, Wadsworth will get the ball here to start the third quarter.
Well, Mike, we're on the verge of a running clock once again. Get to 30 points, the clock will run, and at that point, you're going to see Coach Todd start to rest his guys. Again, we're looking at the long season. If we are able to get a running clock, then you're going to see some of the backups get in there, some of the guys that don't get to play as much. It's their last regular season home game as well.
Yeah.
They got a lot of friends and family here. They're going to get to play more reps than they're used to. So we hope the Grizzlies can get the ball and put something together and get this a running clock for us tonight.
Well, Cooper Gray with that first half is only 69 yards shy of becoming a 1,000-yard rusher for the Grizzlies, and Gavin Madigan 125 yards shy from a 1,000-yard season here tonight at Art Wright. Bryson Hall only 61 yards from reaching 2,000 yards passing for the season. And that game up the street, Hudson and Nordonia remains tied. They are in the third quarter. Will Reese, Tommy Hahn deep for the Grizzlies to receive the kickoff from number 74, Amari Darrow.
Ball's going to the tee. Grizzlies are, I think they're ready to strike and get this clock rolling, get some other kids in the game, some extra reps from that group.
Yeah, we've made a few references to the Air Force here tonight, haven't we? In honor of maybe one Calix Lemp that is not on the field tonight. We expect him to return hopefully next week against Solon. And the second half is underway.
Little pooch kick.
Short kick on the far sideline. That'll go out of bounds, and the Grizzlies will take over right there at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that's a tough decision. You know, it's a risk-reward. If you don't hit it right to the kid to catch it, you know, by the up back, then there's a real good chance that goes out of bounds, and that just gives the Grizzlies extra field position. And they're going to take over on their 35. A lot of playbook at their disposal. We've run the ball quite effectively, you know, but Bryson's been pretty accurate with a couple that didn't connect to Smeltzer. Other than that, he's been pretty efficient himself.
Yeah, you figure 5 of 8 for 93 yards. That's pretty efficient. A big 45-yard pass to Luke Maddox. They're in the second quarter. Gavin Madigan to the left side of Bryson Hall. Schmeltzer in motion now. They'll give to Madigan.
Counter Madigan
up the middle. And Madigan will wrestle his way for almost 5. They'll give him 5. That brings up 2nd and 5 for this Grizzly offense.
Yeah, let Gavin start the half here. Get him a few few reps, I suspect, and then rotate Cooper in because Gavin's going to have to take his turn on defense here shortly.
Maddox high on the left side of your screen, 3-by-1. This time Madigan in motion.
Watch the flare.
And
Underneath
they'll give
Schmelzer.
it to Schmelzer.
Ooh.
Schmelzer will dance and not get anything on the play.
Yeah, he got caught up in some traffic. It's going to be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, good job by the Stowe defense there. On the stop there is number 54. That's Aiden Blevins.
Yeah, they sniffed that out, Mike. Little flare out to Gavin. They didn't bite on it. Schmelzer comes underneath, makes the catch, but yeah, got caught up immediately.
Hall left side. Maddox.
That's a gift. And Maddox is just trying to power through, and he does. Oh, first down at the 45.
Luke Maddox keeps the drive alive with that reception. That will move the chains.
All right, here comes Lightning.
Lightning will check in. Thunder will check out.
Ball's on the 46.
Severe storm warning at Art Wright. Cooper has had his way up the middle against this Bulldog defense, and you see they pinch on the inside. Do the Stowe Bulldogs. Schmelzer now in motion. Hall will look to
Looking
throw.
at the wheel.
Got a man on the wheel route. Underthrown. Pass intended there for Cooper Gray.
Yeah, the wheel was there, and it was a little bit underthrown, and Cooper couldn't come inside enough to get to it.
A rare short ball by Bryson Hall.
Yeah, he doesn't miss that connection.
Brings up 2nd down and 10. Grizzlies at the Bulldog 46-yard line. This time they'll give it to Gray off the right side. Gray with some running room. He pushes his way forward for a gain of about 8.5, maybe 9. 3rd and short now for the Grizzly offense, as coming into the game is the tank, Thunder, Gavin Madigan.
3rd and short, you can imagine they're going to give it to him. Here they come.
Tempo, here comes Madigan. He's going to go wide right, stretching it, cuts up, little stutter step inside the 20, rustle him down at the 13. I beg your pardon, the 17.
They're going quickly.
Caden Boyd on the stop for that Stowe Bulldog defense. 2-by-1. Maddox to the top of your screen. This time they'll give it to Gavin Madigan. Left side, he's going to stretch it to the edge, to the 10. Dances. Oh, what a hit. He lays on that Bulldog secondary.
Inside the 5, he's going to go out of bounds, and we're going to go heavy package. Here comes Jake. Cooper comes in.
Gavin laid the wood on that defensive back. I thought that was Barker.
Yeah.
But ball's hit the 3, 1st and goal. Cooper Gray in the backfield behind Hall. They'll give to Gray. Touchdown.
Touchdown. 3-yard score.
Oh, is that a 5-play drive?
Yeah.
And
so that will give us the running clock.
yeah, the clock continues to run. It will not stop with the Grizzlies up 44-13.
Justin Lazzaretti on to try the point after.
So Schmelzer on to hold. Lazzaretti for another PAT. This would be Lazzaretti's 6th of the evening.
Oh, blocked.
It is blocked, hits the upright.
They got a piece of it. They definitely got a piece of it, and it hit off the left upright.
So on the change of possession, the clock will stop. Grizzlies lead it 44-13. Boy, and if you're Coach Podnar, that is not what you wanted to see coming out of halftime. Take another look at this.
We said earlier in the season, the drive coming out of halftime can almost always be the most important one for both sides. You know, offense wants to establish something coming out of halftime, and the defense actually wants to come out and stop them and get the ball back. That's a victory for them, and the Grizzlies did what they were supposed to do. You know, we did the 2-for-1. We talked about getting the ball at the end of the half. We went down and scored. Then we get the ball coming out, and we went down and scored. And I think, you know, Coach Todd is going to, you know, he'll check that box and say that's what I want every game. I want to score late, get the ball out of the half, and score again, and get 14 straight points. And that's difficult for any opponent when you get that scenario.
So Lazzaretti will kick it away to the Bulldogs. I believe Barker is back deep along with number 2. That is Daylon Keeling.
Mike, looking back, now I know why they went for 2, because a 15 on that board is 29, and it held them out of the running clock for a bit. I bet that's what Coach Podnar was thinking.
And Barker gets it just inside the end zone, so the ball will be marked at the 20-yard line.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah, I think we both made a mistake. I will. John corrects us.
Yeah, I mispronounced the coach's name.
Yeah, it's Poder, Martin Poder.
Yes.
We apologize for that.
Well, let's see if this Grizzly defense can lock them down here early and start to shuffle some other folks in.
Rickelman's going to be wide all the way to the right. In the backfield is
Big hole up the middle.
Perkins breaks it.
Wow, 15-yard pickup on first down right up the middle.
I'll tell you what, I like that back. He's got great feet.
He's quick. That was a quick hitter, Mike.
Good enough for a first down for Stowe. And again, we talked about it late in the second quarter. This is a Bulldog football team that is not going to quit. It will not lay down. 2 by 2. Give us to Perkis again. He slips one tackle, slides through for a short gain of about 2 on the play.
Yeah. But they're
Jaden Gross on the stop.
Couple positive plays, and that's what Stowe needs. They need to put together a series of positive plays if they're going to try to get some more points on the board, get this clock back to normal, and force the Grizzlies to stay on their game.
So Harrington with Perkis behind him in the backfield. Coming to the near side is Jack Miller. Wide left. Second down and 8 from their own 37-yard line. Harrington to Perkis. Perkis bounces it outside. He was stopped, and he will not get anything on the play even after trying to bounce it to the outside.
Well, our defense is pretty fast by all accounts, and he did get stopped, and he had a good idea to bounce that. There was some green space over there, but our Grizzlies recognized it and recovered very quickly, and they're going to. He said they gave him about a yard. I'm not so sure about that, but it's going to be 3rd and long. This is where the Grizzlies want them right now.
Brad Watson and Jacob Ernest on the stop for that Grizzly defense. We'll see what Harrington does here. Coach Poder with 3rd and 7. Rickelman now comes to the near side. Wide left. Dalen King at the slot. Harrington, we got a flag. I think we
got a lot going on.
Yeah, I think we got motion. We timeout.
Well, both receivers on this side kind of stopped and turned out of their stance, and Harrington snapped the ball. So I think Coach quickly realized there was some miscommunication there and called a timeout. But Mike, I want to say thank you to the Wadsworth Police Department. You know, they got up to the high school about 5 o'clock today, and they gave an escort through town. There was a lot of people downtown Wadsworth. The cheerleaders were at the gazebo cheering them on, and the buses came through with the players. There was a lot of folks in the four corners down in Wadsworth and just cheering on this team, and they got a nice escort into the stadium by a couple of Wadsworth's finest, and it was a big deal. You know, the lights are blaring and everybody stops and sees and gives them a big cheer and a big fist pump, and we want to thank the Wadsworth Police Department for that luxury that they gave us tonight. Yeah, we'll take this time also, encourage the community to drive up to Solon next week. Please. Yeah, support this team. It is a long way. It's likely, I believe it's the furthest drive in the Suburban League from Wadsworth to Solon, but make the trip up to Solon and support the Grizzlies as they try to go undefeated on the season next week. 3rd down and 7 now for Harrington. In the backfield is Perkis. Grizzlies looking to blitz on the right side. Harrington will throw right. He's got a man, and it's caught on that far sideline. It's going to be caught there by number 2? Number 2, yeah. I'm sorry. That's Keeling. Yeah, good enough for a first down. That little comeback route, that little button hook is working well for that Stowe Bulldog offense. Yeah, they've had some success with that. And, boy, we got a man off the field. Coach Todd called a quick timeout. We did not have personnel. It looked like we had a guy come off late, and then we had a guy getting on late. Yeah, he wasn't even inside the hash when they snapped that ball. That had potential to be a disaster for the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
With a man down.
Yeah, maybe some confusion on the sideline. You saw Nate Shipley coming in late. And not only traveling to Solon the following week, the Grizzlies will have a bye week.
We will have a bye.
They'll return in 3 weeks to Arkwright Stadium and what would be a second-round game.
Right.
Quarterfinal for the state playoffs. So we'd love for you to watch it on WCTV, but we need you right here at the stadium. And it's Nordonia 14, Hudson 7 in the fourth quarter.
Early in the fourth. That's what we want to see, Mike. That helps us in these state playoff rankings. That number 1 seed is coveted by both us and Highland. It matters, and it'll matter down the road. But
yes.
Right now we're going to take care of this business with Stowe, wrap it up with Solon, and let the rest of it play out. You know, we're going to take that bye, heal up a little bit. We got some people nursing a few things, but we got some good news on some timelines with some of those folks, and we're going to be ready to make a big playoff run. That's what this team was built for.
Ball on the 46-yard line of the Bulldogs. First down and 10. Split wide right is number 8.
Changing the play, it looks like.
Gideon Larlum.
Receivers are swapping positions. Harrington changed the play.
Harrington, pressure coming, little shovel pass, and sniffed out well by that Grizzly defense. That is Jacob Ernest on the stop, Brad Watson on the stop. You know, we talked about how disciplined this defense has been all season long.
Well, there's no substitute for experience, and we've got a lot of seniors, but those seniors have taken a lot of snaps, and Jake, you know, was the first person I saw. He recognized that very quickly, stepped back. Brad Watson was in there. They've seen a lot of this. They do a lot of tape study. I tell you what, the breakdown that they get of tape, down in distances, formations, and so forth, it's incredible what this staff does for these boys.
Looking to come with pressure on the left side. They do. It's Watson. Harrington will roll right. He's being pressured, and he'll go down.
That's a big sack by Ryan Stoops. He just comes off the edge, maintained his outside contain. Alligator rolled down low, and Harrington, a little sluggish, but boy, that's a big loss for the Stowe Bulldogs on that play.
Kirk, is that Ryan Stoops' first sack of the season?
It might be.
Yeah, I don't recall calling that number for a sack, but does a great job. He's bringing the pressure.
And here you hear the bells, Mike. You hear the bell. The bell tolls for the Bulldogs on 3rd and long.
3rd and 17 now from the Stowe Bulldog 39.
I'm getting confirmation from the statistician. He believes that is Ryan's first sack of the season.
Just when I thought my memory was going, Kirk, I'm confirmed that it is still with me. 3-by-1 for Harrington. Right to left. Harrington going deep. Keeling. Got a man, and it falls incomplete. On coverage is Tommy Hahn. He throws it in a double coverage.
Yeah.
Also on the coverage over there is Jude Holler.
Yeah, Jude was underneath him a little bit, but Tommy was right on him, and the ball was just a little bit overthrown. That's going to bring up 4th down. Running clock still continues. We're almost through this 3rd period, and Stowe is milking the play clock. You know, they don't want this thing to get any further out of hand, so they're using the clock to their advantage in that regard too.
So it's 4th down and 17. 2-by-2 now. Rickelman in motion. And they'll kick it away.
Nobody's deep, so we can probably get a roll. Yeah.
Yeah, good kick by, as the officials got to get out of the way, a good kick by Jacob Harrington.
Wow, down to about the 7.
And we'll see what Coach Todd does offensively. It looks like Bryson Hall and company will go back in the ball game. Cooper Gray in the huddle on the sideline.
Yeah. Number 82 in at the receiver position. I'm going to look at my...
Yeah, that'd be Colby Ostrovich. A couple of young guys in there. Donnie Bettis is in.
Yeah, some of the receivers giving those guys.
Noah Nixon in.
Yeah. This tells me we're going to run the ball.
Yeah, we're going to run the football. Cooper Gray to the right hip of Bryson Hall. Ball at the 7-yard line.
Boom,
Gray,
Cooper, off the
left
edge.
side. Gray busts it, 25, and he'll be tripped up at the 30-yard line. On the stop there is number 7, Colton Barker.
Going to mark him down at the 30. That's going to be picked up of about 23.
Lightning will stay in the backfield with Iceman.
Let's see what we're going to draw up here. Working on this running game, I suspect. Boom. Oh, RPO. Bryson sees something.
Hall's pressured. Got a
got a man
throw.
open.
Left side. Got a man. It's
Donnie
Schmelzer.
Bettis.
Donnie Bettis.
First down for the Grizzlies.
Again, the ball goes out of bounds, but because we are 44-13, we got a running clock. Chain gang working to get the change set on the Stow Bulldogs sideline. 1st and 10 now from the 48.
Bryson
Hall.
again. He's running. He's scrambling. He's looking to there's Bettis again.
Bettis has got it at the
Pick up
30.
on 9.
Yeah.
Donnie Bettis finding the soft spot. Young receiver. Picked up 8.
Ball marked at the 44-yard line.
Just letting some of these young receivers get their hands on the ball.
Grizzlies will try and get another playoff here before the end of the quarter.
Not going to happen.
And
Well, there's a flag. The false start. Oh, wow. Looks like they're going to call a false start on the Grizzlies, but that is going to be the end of the 3rd. And again, go ahead with your stat. You had the stat of the night.
yeah, we talked about it at halftime. I said I would not mention it until the end of the 3rd quarter, and this Grizzly defense has shut out every opponent in the 3rd quarter all year long. They're not a
And that goes back to the comment we had about the coming out after half. Our defense has not given up a point in the 3rd quarter. So no matter what the situation, it's given our offense a lot of breathing room, score some points, not a lot of pressure, because our defense has shut down everybody in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I mean, offensively, and again, Kirk, for 7 of the first 8 games, we've been in a running clock, and now 8 of 9, we've been in a running clock in the second half in the 3rd quarter.
Right.
We have outscored opponents 82-0 in the 3rd quarter this season.
Wow. And that's quite an accomplishment because it makes such a big difference. A lot of adjustments at halftime if needed. But what it says is, our guys really take that break and come back out determined.
Well, I have to correct myself because we did put 6 points on the board here in the 3rd quarter, so it's 88-0 that the Grizzlies have outscored opponents this year. It's 2nd down and 2 at the 44-yard line.
Okay, they must have picked that flag up. Little thunder in the backfield. Let's see if we can get this first down.
This will be the last series, I would imagine, for the starting unit. Hall drops back to throw. He's got Dawson Mendel wide open.
Oh, touchdown! Are you kidding? He pulled that out of nowhere, Mike.
And Dawson Mendel.
He was bracketed. He pulled it out of nowhere and just kept going.
And look at the celebration. I mean, we talk about
his first touchdown.
Yes, that's his first touchdown. We talk about how close this group is, how they love one another, support one another, encourage. Here's Bryson Hall, plenty of time, steps up in the pocket.
Just slings it.
And
Look at this.
in the double coverage.
Oh, the rev over his shoulder and just brushed everybody off, Mike. That's incredible.
On the coverage was Raman Richard.
The Reverend Dawson. Now he's got to go get his mouthpiece. They knocked his mouthpiece out of the back of the end zone in the celebration. He had to go pick it up so he could get here on the extra point.
Lazzaretti on for the PAT. Schmelzer to hold. Oh, what a play by Dawson. Kick is up.
And it is good.
And it is no good.
Whoa.
0 for 2 in the second half is Lazzaretti, but it is 50-13. The Grizzlies continue to roll. And an update from Hudson. It is Nordonia and the Explorers tied at 14. Still in the 4th.
Oh, we got a 50-50 winner crawling in here with the whole family. Good gracious. Got a winner.
Well, let's take another look at this catch by Dawson Mendel and play action.
Play action fake.
And
look,
watch
Dawson
him throw.
Just sling it. There you go. Quick release. Just snapped it right over there. Look at that throw, Mike. And look, the Rev just catches it out in front of him over his shoulder, the Willie Mays, and then just shrugs off. What's that, number 21, 24?
24, yeah.
Just kind of shrugs him off like, I got the ball, I'm gone. They didn't think he had it.
Raymond Richmond on the coverage, but, hey, Dawson, great play, and he showed a little bit of speed.
Yeah. He wasn't going to be denied. Those guys, those big tight ends, H-backs, we don't use them a whole lot right now. But Coach, he drew that up. He's giving me a thumbs up down there. He drew that up, and Big Dawson got it, and he wasn't going to be denied. He doesn't get many chances, Mike, and he's like, no, I'm going to get me one. I'm going to get one.
Yeah, we're getting the tight end in on the offense. And, week one, Colton Levitt with the touchdown against Barberton here in the south end zone. Lazaretti will kick it away, and it will go into the end zone. Nice catch there by Colton Barker. But the Bulldogs, and we'll see if they send out Harrington again, or if Stowe will throw their reserves in. It looks like the reserves may be coming in. As for the Grizzlies, defensively, I see Watson, Ernest, Reese. It looks like the starters are still in.
Oh, okay, there's 99. Is that Will Wirt? 99?
99 is Titus, Augustus Titus, Augie.
So Augie's in. So we got some guys up front, rotating some of those guys in.
So Harrington will stay in the game. Caden Boyd in the backfield to Harrington's right hip. Harrington to throw. Pressure, he's got to step up, and he'll just let it go.
He threw that to us. Oh.
Yeah. There was a receiver in the area.
That was Bowden. Bowden Ballinger almost made that catch there on the sideline. He threw that one way out of bounds. Good to see Bowden up and walking around after his surgery. We're glad to see that. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he's going to make it back to the gridiron this season, but we're glad to see him up. He's walking around. Got the 8 of 1 crutch, but I know he had surgery recently, and we're hopeful that he's back on the mend and will heal up real quick. Yeah, now we got some subs. Here comes Jake Ernest, the All-American, comes out.
Crew Eddie just checked in, number 81.
Yeah.
So Harrington now with Boyd to his left side. Boyd now in motion. Harrington
looking for that middle screen. He's got it.
Jump.
Look at Crew. Oh, he just missed him. Oh, they got somebody going down the sideline. Who's that? Jude will get him. Jude's got him. They pull him out of bounds. Jude Holler.
Keeling on the reception and the run. Yards after catch are huge. And Stowe in Grizzly territory.
Yeah, that's about a 50-yard reception. Ball. They had first down on the 20 and get up to the 40. That's 30. That's 40-yard reception.
Grady Gardner in at nose for the Grizzlies. Augie on that left end.
Big 58, Grady Gardner.
Grizzlies showing blitz on the far side. They'll give the ball. That's Boyd
DJ
wrestling his way in for a good gain on the stop there is number 22.
Yeah, DJ Jackson.
That's Dom Jackson, yes. Good gain on the play. Gain of 6, second down and 4.
You got Nick Dean rotating in there for Grady. So you're going to see these other guys starting to rotate in there on the defensive line like Coach Miller does with the first line guys. Nick Dean, Grady Gardner, Will Wirt, Augie Titus, some of those guys that we don't talk about quite a bit.
Brad Watson still in there at linebacker, anchoring that linebacker core.
Oh, he's got a man down in the
throw.
Oh, good defense. Oh, number 33. That's a great defensive play.
That's Caden Muick on the coverage.
He played that just right. He got on his hip and threw his hand up in his face, which is not a penalty in high school. You can face guard. And Muick got his hand up just as the ball got there. That's a great play on his part.
Keeling the intended receiver, brings up third down and 4 now. Clock continues to run. 7 minutes remaining in this one. The Grizzlies.
The bell tolls, Mike.
The Grizzlies will clinch at least a share of the Suburban League National Conference title this evening at home. Update from Hudson. The Knights just took the lead, 21-14. Harrington breaking right.
Oh,
Harrington got a lane. Harrington into the end zone.
For a 34-yard touchdown scamper, which we were afraid of early in the game, but certainly here he got to the edge, found a little bit of a seam, and scampers 34 yards to pad the stats a little bit here late in this game. Yeah. I was just
great block
informed
by Boyd. Go ahead, Kirk.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to kick, but if they went for 2, the clock would stop. We'd go back. The running clock would be off. I don't think that would make any difference to Coach Todd as far as that goes. He's going to play his guys, let them get some time in. But they're not going to be too happy about that. They'll definitely take a look at the tape and Yeah.
Darrow's kick is up, but it is good. And that brings our
So the
Grizzlies
PAT by
to
Darrow is
50.
good. That will stop the clock on the change of possession with 5:55 left. Grizzlies up by 30. In 21-14, the updated score from Hudson.
And we're under, the clock says under, the update says under 8 minutes to go in that game.
Still a lot of time.
Yeah, Nordonia up 21-14.
And that is a big game actually for both teams because huge computer points on the line for both Hudson and Nordonia.
Yes, it does. It'll make a big difference in Region 5.
Yes.
But like I said, it also comes into play for the Grizzlies because we've beaten Nordonia. Highland, we've both beaten Hudson, but Highland won't get any points out of this game if
Right.
Hudson loses, but we will.
Right.
And that just will lengthen the gap we have over Hudson, and we'll know Tuesday whether Hudson or Highland,
Highland.
if Highland has any shot of claiming the #1 seed from us. And Avon lurks, so you know we got to keep an eye on them as well. But their position is pretty much solidified. There's not a whole lot I don't think they can do.
Yeah, you know, when you look at the AP poll, Division II rankings, 4 of the top 5 are Northeast Ohio schools. Number 2, Wadsworth, Avon at 3, Medina Highland at 4, and 5 is Hoban. Kick is away, a squib kick. And it will roll out of bounds. I thought it was touched by the Grizzlies.
Not sure if it got touched or not.
Roll out of bounds. Looks like it was touched by a Grizzlies.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it might have been touched by the up back. And
So they'll mark it where it went out.
First and 10, Wadsworth.
I'll see who comes out. If it's Sturpka at quarterback, we'll take another look at it. John turns it back downstairs.
Yeah, it did.
Off of his
Yeah.
left shoulder,
Yeah.
it looks like.
Yeah. The ball, they're going to mark it at the 20, which our replay,
A great job upstairs.
I think what happened is it went out of bounds in front of the 20, so they take it back to the 20 in that case. And at this point, you know, we're got some questions being raised here in the booth, but at this point with under 5 minutes to go, we got, Sturpka looks like might be coming in. Yeah, Sturpka at quarterback. Number 34, Gavin Miller, the running back who just got moved to running back last week because of some injuries to that younger crowd. You know, Noah Reese went out early in the year. Sturpka's going to call his own number. He's going to get upfield. Look at that. Going to pick up 8 yards on first down. Young Sturpka, you know, he's in the same class with Bryson. And I think Sturpka is a really fine football player. He's continuing to develop, but I can tell you, he's a good football player, and they're not going to be able to keep him off the field and keep him standing there holding the clipboard for Bryson. They're going to find a spot for him eventually. He's a good football player, Mike, and just, you know, sophomore, so he's cutting his teeth, but you can see he runs the ball really well. I think maybe he's got a future on defense potentially. Tough kid, good athletic IQ.
So Sturpka this time will give, and quickly wrapped up by number 27. That is Michael Emmons.
Yeah, he's going to lose some yardage there.
Let's see who was Gavin Miller. Yes, the ball carrier.
3rd and 5. Clock is clicking towards 3 minutes to go.
Michael
here.
Emmons got that padding on his helmet.
Yeah, we see more and more kids wearing the safety helmet, the shell.
3rd down and 4.
3 minutes to go.
Sturpka looking to the sideline. Play clock under 10. And some confusion offensively as the play clock will expire.
Yeah, they're not going to get that play off.
Yeah, some confusion there by the Grizzly offense. So that'll push him back 5 yards. That'll be 3rd and 9 as the clock continues to run. The officials are having a conversation with Sturpka at the 17-yard line, and Sturpka looks intently over at the Grizzlies sideline, getting the signals in.
You know, these guys that don't see as many reps on a Friday night, I know they've been getting a lot more time in practice to go over some things, and that just develops the programs.
Well, Stowe brought 8. I mean, they put 8 in the box, Kirk, against Sturpka.
Yeah, they were just going to run some pressure and just try to confuse him and just try to get him off his spot, which they did, and it really didn't I didn't see a receiver out there to his right side. So again, I don't know if there's some confusion with some of these kids that aren't getting in as much and don't see the plays, but they should be getting a lot of reps on Saturday. They know the plays.
Miller behind Sturpka.
We got a false start on the Grizzlies.
False start again. Saw a shot of the fans along the fence. They're getting ready to celebrate a Suburban League National Conference title. 3 years in a row.
And if Nordonia can hang on here, it'll be an outright title. We don't like to share. That's what Coach Todd said. We don't like folks playing in our sandbox.
Well, a win tonight, a win next week, regardless of what happens in Hudson.
Right.
We just need to take care of business. We've had a business plan all year long, and they've executed it very, very well.
Yeah, and based off it looks like it's a final now. Brecksville had their way with Solon tonight, so we'll see what we're up against next week when we get to long bus ride up to Solon. But it's a business trip. These kids, they want to go unblemished. I know it hurt a lot of them last year to lose that game. It did have implications for us, negative implications for us in the playoffs.
Next week, the Grizzlies will travel from Solon.
Looks like we're going to punt.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to punt. And, that Brecksville team, that's a team that's kind of up and down all season long. You're not sure, which Jason Black Bees team you're going to get week in and week out.
Well, they improved to 5-4 with that win. Big win over Solon, 53-0.
Yeah.
You're right. You don't know which team you're going to get with that Brecksville group because they've had some really good games. They took Nordonia to the brink and fell short, but, we know Nordonia – we had our way with them last week. I think we just overwhelmed them a little bit early. The running game, they stifled it a little bit, and Bryson Hall just went off, he and Calix. And if you weren't able to see that game, it was a track meet, to say the least. Nice punt by Reese.
Fielded at the 48-yard line, fair catch. And last week's offensive player of the game, Bryson Hall and Merritt Fortner on the varsity. Defensively, Jude Holler, Jaden Gross. Special teams player of the game last week, Justin Lazzaretti. Crunch of the week, Calix Lemp.
Yeah, big hit.
And JV.
That's going to be it,
yeah,
Mike.
that's it. That will do it as the Wadsworth Grizzlies, the 2025 Suburban League National Conference champions.
Yes.
As they go to 9-0 on the season.
Mike, I don't know what it is, but, we get to call a great game. We get to enjoy the game, watching our Grizzlies, watching the coaches, enjoying the fans and the band. And then we got to take another 2 weeks off.
Yeah, we do. Unfortunately, we do. And we kind of get out of a rhythm. But we appreciate those that tune in to WCTV to catch all the action because John Bernard downstairs and Aiden Uzinski, Abe Happert upstairs on the camera, they do an absolute fantastic job. And I got to tell you, I was up in Hudson a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, you were.
And the praise that the WCTV team gets from other communities is by far, complimentary.
Oh, yes. I've had so many people that I've encountered in the community, say, man, I picked up that feed from Nordonia or Hudson or Medina, and you guys, you and Mike and the crew, the production value with our replays and our graphics and just everything we put into it, they love it. And it's just not the same when they don't get it from us and the group here at WCTV.
So next week, the Grizzlies will be on the road at Solon. That's the 24th. On the 31st will be a bye week.
Yes.
For us, and we will return to Artwright Stadium, believe it or not, in the month of November.
Yes.
November 7th, right here at Artwright Stadium. Watch the WCTV Facebook page. We don't know if Spectrum would carry that game. If they do, we likely will not cover that on WCTV. Kirk, your final thoughts here in case this is the last time we do this senior group, a special group of men.
Well, if it's the last time, I'm not going to go out of here without saying how much fun I've had with you, Mike. You've shown me the ropes in my first season. I have had an absolute blast. Everybody here has been so helpful, the production folks. As far as the team, wow, what a football team.
Yeah.
And we still got more football to go, and hopefully we'll get to call a game here, Mike. That'll be special for us to call a playoff game. But this team is really good in all aspects. They got some things to clean up, obviously, which is good. That'll get their attention for Solon instead of looking at a team that's 2-7. Coach Todd can really point out some things they need to work on. But at the same time, this is a pretty accomplished group, and they want that 10-0 record, and I can promise you it's going to be a business week to get that 10-0 and then get a week off.
Well, make your way up to Solon in southern Cuyahoga County next week as the Grizzlies celebrate on the field a National Conference Championship in the Suburban League. For John Bernard downstairs and Abe Happerin and Aiden Uzinski on cameras, for my partner, the best color analyst in the Suburban Conference, I am Mike Elkins. The final tonight, Wadsworth 50, Stow 20. Good night, Wadsworth.
WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.